I think you should just fade up on this, Dan.
Perfect.
Just fade the video up on that before anything else we said. I think that'll work well.
Done.
Yeah.
That's done. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
Welcome to the.
We just started talking. Hello.
We've just started talking, and we certainly weren't talking about anything else. Welcome to the comedy dining experience.
What date is it, Dan?
We are joined by. It's. Well, what do you want me to do, my David Lynch? Welcome. It is the 17th of October, 2021. I am here with my good friend, Ben, and my other good friend, Triv. And today, we are taking a look at public service announcement movies featuring the roughest, toughest, druggiest things you will ever experience. It is a Sunday. Skies are cloudy, looking slightly foggy. Have a great day.
Now, are you wearing sunglasses while doing that?
Yes. Very much so.
He always wears sunglasses for these, even though it's all audio. No one can see him.
Yeah,
just to get in the zone.
It's always night time when we record. Because it's always night time when we record these, it's already pitch black, so it's just I can't see anything. I'm technically blind, so we make this roll how we can.
Yeah.
Triv, how you doing?
Yeah, not doing too bad. It's actually sunny and about I'm not sure what the Celsius translation would be, but it's about 50 degrees here. So yes.
Ooh, good.
50 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius, because that'd be a little warm.
That'd be quite toasty. That'd be.
Yes.
I mean, you could technically cook some food in that temperature. So yeah. So
Well,
that's
you
good.
can cook
that's
food
good.
at 50 if you really try. It's just a matter of, you're gonna just have it be raw. So
Patience.
It's just part of the PSA.
Yes.
So yes, thank you for joining us today. We are going to be
Absolutely.
taking a look at some drugs PSAs. We have the American Genre Film Archive Blu-ray release of Drug Stories Volume 1. It's a very good set. Recommend you go and pick it up. And because it's so long, the total runtime is something like 3 hours and 25 minutes or something absurd like that. I mean, you do get your value for money on this one. We are going to be doing half of it today. So we get the first hour and 40-ish, and we're going to hopefully do a part 2 in the near future.
If we don't get caught up on all the drugs that the PSAs are going to be telling us not to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, based on the conversations we've had so far, I am almost certain at least some of us have sampled, so I'm not saying who.
Wow, that's defamatory.
I would say so.
Yeah.
You're going to be here from my lawyers.
It's clearly Ben, though, isn't it? It's clearly Ben. Look at him.
Well, yeah, I can't see him. All I know is he's got a fabulous crown that I have bestowed upon him to outdo your crown.
Thank you. I'm glad that someone took the time to do that. Dan.
Yes.
And now that I feel thoroughly emasculated, let's begin on our journey through drug and alcohol awareness.
Yeah!
Will you be serving alcohol and drugs as a side thing for this, or do we have to provide our own?
It's BYOB. There is an extra B in there somewhere, but we'll figure it out what that means.
No, thank you, Bob Dylan.
So far, I'm
clean living.
a very clean man. So yes, we've got it queued up. We've just hit play all, basically. So if you hit play all on your player, the first thing that you should see is what looks like an ambulance or some kind of white bright light flashing towards you, going down the highway, and we will hit play in 3, 2, 1, and play. I mean, I don't know where he's going, but I really want to go there.
Well, he's suffering from jump cuts.
It's a lovely funkadelic soundtrack though. Wherever he's going, it looks pretty nice. He's got the lights. You've got the lights strobing. You've got the sounds. You've got the music.
Hey, there's Ash's arm.
Whoa, Vietnam.
We've got a terminal case of frame missing.
I was gonna say he kind of looks like a mannequin there.
I'm kind of digging the music. Where can you get the OST of this film?
So this is Buzzkill and the Mood Vibers. The album is called Don't Listen to This at Parties, and it's available in any good record store, if you can find one.
Buzz Lightyear and the Spacemen. That's what you said. Oh man.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Oh no.
See, this is why you should never wear a handkerchief on your head while driving in the 70s.
If you look in the background there carefully, you could just see the spliff.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This looks like a happening party.
So are the drugs what causing like that terrible dancing?
Yes, I believe that taking drugs causes all parties to become really washed out and dank looking from the looks of things.
Was this edited
true.
on drugs? It's just going all over the place.
I'm just wondering if it was filmed on drugs because that set design is atrocious. It looks like they're in a school gym or something.
How dare you? That's my living room.
Well, your living room is lovely, but your ability to design is atrocious.
I also have the same taste in fashion and hair as a lot of these people.
That's okay. You know, that's coming back. You know, it's vintage.
The director for this short was a Weekend at Bernie's scenario. They basically just sort of propped him in the chair at the start of every shoot, and whenever he did a take, somebody behind him just sort of went, ugh, and that was kind of the symbol for the take's good.
So basically every take.
It's like the War Machines episode 1, this. See Polly
It is, I'm
flogging away.
getting very strong Strawberry Alarm Clock vibes.
I don't believe that was an actual thing on the screen.
Oh, it was a fake out. Now we're in a blooming Quaker meeting.
Now we're with Buddy Holly.
And Bob and Marie and Bob and Marie and Marie.
I was going to say, welcome to the first meeting of the most bland people in the world club.
Is this a meeting of the John Birch Society? They're about to denounce the Beatles. They're about to denounce the Beatles as communists. Back in the USSR, man. I'm telling you.
The first annual Milk Toast meeting was a great success. Milk and toast was consumed.
Was invented.
But only the whitest of milk and bread.
Now let's listen to the happy, fun sounds of Pat Boone.
I can't wait for Conway Twitty.
So the poor guy on crutches. So drugs causes someone to be on crutches?
Danger, taking drugs may lead to disability.
Wearing those glasses and that haircut can lead to someone being on crutches.
Yeah. You know, one thing about that guy, he's got great hair.
Yeah, you know, and he was a paramedic, clearly, so...
Yeah.
Are they comparing taking acid to going to Vietnam?
I don't know what I'm getting.
Possibly?
Okay, now they're just repeating themselves. Did they not have enough footage to go around?
Do you see what I mean? It is very druggy in the sense that there's this weird feeling of dislocation about this film. Like sounds just seem to, voices just seem to come in and out randomly. We get random cuts to things. We're just sort of drifting around in this foggy, like liminal space. It could also
be inside the Matrix.
It could all be in the drug Matrix, which sounds great.
If we see a black cat repeating itself, we are totally fucked.
We saw a white dog earlier. Does that mean anything?
Probably. Oh.
This is giving me the fear.
He's been listening to They Might Be Giants since 1989. This is a side effect of listening to Flood.
This poor guy is just trying to get comfortable in his bed. Just let him be.
Let him be. Let him be our 60s.
He's having a great time. Quick, stop him.
That's basically it, isn't it? Damn these young people having fun, having lots and lots of exciting sex and dying in Vietnam. That sounds great. I want some of that.
Oh yeah, I want to ride in that car. That's also a thing of
fun.
the 60s and 70s, right? Riding in cars with no visibility.
Painting shit on your car.
Yeah. Having weird
Just
hair.
doing my last will and testament here. It's all musically arranged.
It's Peter Talk.
Oh, well, that was very good. That was very thoughtful of you.
I think that all wills should have a musical accompaniment, you know.
So what-
Dun, 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 dun. For my wife, I leave my car and house. Do, 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 do.
So what they're saying is drop acid and join a very successful folk group. So this
Oh, I
is
like it.
Crosby, Stills and Nash there composing and writing away.
Certainly there are dangers. There have always been dangers.
Is he talking about that poor family? They're dangerous? Well, fuck you too, man.
That's not milk in that milk bottle.
Lies we tell ourselves.
That baby's
Drinking
LSD.
Baileys?
That baby is injecting himself with dangerous PCP.
So, being that the Tingler focuses a lot on LSD, do you think that's going to come up in this as being a very dangerous thing as well?
Oh, you better believe acid will be raised in this. There's no way they couldn't mention the devil gateway drug that opens your mind.
That's
and
what
lets
they've
you
just
think.
been talking about.
Most of them already knew the worst about LSD and were
That's what they were just talking about LSD. Yeah, a moment ago he just said, let's simmer down. I mean, but he didn't simmer up.
frightened.
No.
Described to each other their frustration with hope.
Here we see a simple Christian family. The daughter, however, has got fake eyelashes on, a sign of a druggie.
Yes.
As an experiment, we fed all but one of them LSD. Just to see what happens.
So are they saying that homework is a gateway drug to LSD?
Yes, if you listen to the Doors, you're going to hell.
Bill is
Ah, okay.
his father out. And where do you think he learned how to do that?
Now who's on LSD, the dad or the kid? Both?
Well, not just you, Mr. Jones. From all.
The kid is doing the very hard drugs because his dad unfortunately just wants to keep talking to him about his tire iron.
Oof.
It's got a really weird tone, this. It's basically at the start was saying stuff like, there's nothing wrong with having long hair and listening to Jefferson and Airplane, but then it's going on about how it's bad to have long hair and listen to Jefferson. I don't know, I'm not sure what the song's trying to say. It's all over the shop.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to have long hair, dress unkempt, and listen to Cab Calloway, but think about the results. Think about the dangers.
He's not tucked his shirt in. Druggy.
And the pen
She's
is sticking
wearing-
3/4 of the way out of his pocket.
Her tweed jacket has a rather distinct pattern on it. I don't trust these pattern people.
If she's on acid, that's why it cut into his hair. She's on acid. She's seeing the patterns in his hair and just staring at them for 5 hours. Blonde, black, blonde, black, blonde, black. That one's blonde, that one's black, that one's blonde, that one's black. I don't know. Oh fuck, Jesus is melting.
Is she eating raw meat?
It looks like it.
Well, there's a drug.
Said they didn't do a thing. It was the police. And it says right here that alcohol does more harm to your nervous system.
Well, not untrue.
So take that, Pop.
Stop listening to commie talk. Those drugs killed her good.
So whose media is worse, the dads or the kids?
Now get off to Vietnam and kill some. You'll have to beat that, Dan.
I am not beeping that. You've dug yourself a hole, Ben.
Can we blame Ben's attitude on LSD?
Yes, we can. Ben has been licking a sugar cube laced with 100 times the normal standard amount of acid since we began this commentary.
no.
In the next 15 minutes, he will take all his clothes off, and then he will slowly dance out of his apartment complex to sacrifice the nearest dog walker he can find.
Too late
Oh
for that.
no. Does he also have long hair and like sideburns? Because that seems to be another sign.
I mean, that's actually literally true. So yeah.
Yes.
Honey, these shirts aren't done properly. You are clearly on LSD.
I'm going to need this shirt repressing. I've got a Red Sovine concert I got to be at in 20 minutes.
I knocked the stuffing out of his shirt. Why? That's how Americans talk.
I would
Hi,
re-
Triv.
I would really love to see a modern remake of this that just veers off into sort of Petersonian level conspiracy theorist bullshit.
Well,
You
it'd
know.
be about the time for it.
You take acid? Do you know what that stuff can do to you? Here, take some amoxicillin straight away. This'll fix it up. Yes, it's a dewormer. Who's ever heard of a dewormer that can't get rid of acid? Oh, you believe in the scientists? Get real.
You couldn't make this. No one takes acid anymore. Everyone's boring.
Yeah.
So this is what I mean. So I think like
He doesn't tuck his shirt in.
You've seen this before, haven't you, Dan? Or have you?
Yes. Yeah, I've watched all of this.
So am
before.
I right in thinking the premise of this is all these people are very anti-hippie, and this guy is trying to be like, no, not all hippies are bad, just the ones who do the devil drugs.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's essentially a parents' evening.
This is essentially Reefer Madness done in the 70s.
Yes.
It's
Only much less dramatic. I have yet to see somebody think that they can fly and jump out of a window.
it's only slightly to the left of Reefer Madness, but then again, that's nothing, is it? I mean, Boris Johnson's slightly left to Reefer Madness.
He's a dude that sits there smoking all the time.
Here's a staple of all these films: the man in the white coat. Let me tell you
yeah.
about all the.
Hello.
Hello, it's me. Bye.
Hello. I'm an actor, but I'm an actor who spent half an hour with a scientist 3 years ago. I'm here to tell you that drugs are really bad. All of them. Paracetamol, cocodamol,
It's okay.
ibuprofen.
How should I know? I've only taken ecstasy once, and I certainly didn't swallow it.
Exactly. That's
How
why
should
my
I
eyes
know?
are 100% black. But I do worship Satan. I highly suggest it on a regular basis. Satan and I have a wonderful relationship inside this temple I call a body.
So he clearly puffed.
The only drug your children should be on is Jesus, the greatest drug of all.
He clearly puffed, but he didn't inhale. That's a reference. That's a reference for all you
difference.
90s babies out there.
You know what gets me about this shot is there's nothing sciencey in this shot. It looks like they just went into some random office and just sit this guy down and went, okay, start talking.
Nothing sciencey. What were you hoping for, Bill Nye, to pop out?
I was kind of, yeah.
I want those electronic things that just shoot electricity between them that go bzzz.
Oh, Tesla coils, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of bubbling pots and pans in the background. One scientist on fire, just with his finger sort of stroking his chin, going,
The hidden evils.
I want to see a full-on Frankenstein in the background, suspended in water, like in the Hammer horror ones.
In the background, there's just a massive fight breaks out, but he's still just completely sort of stoic, just reading from the cue card. Fire in the background, Frankenstein smashing shit up. He's just the fitness program is an important part of every individual's lifetime.
Oh no, children frolicking. We can't have that.
No! Oh, look, marijuana leaves. No, wait, never mind.
Not the frolics.
That is the newest drug on the market, by the way. Oh no, not a herringbone print. A sheer sign of LSD.
They're clearly druggies. Lock them up. Lock
Yep.
them up.
Yep. They're under the age of 45. Lock their asses up.
I'd love to read that pamphlet he had it panned across, The Hidden Evils of LSD. I bet that makes for fun reading.
I'm up for that.
It makes you dress in weird patterns and colors. Avoid at all costs. Dress as
You'll
bland
spend
as possible.
You'll spend at least 45 minutes stroking an aubergine because the texture makes you see things nicer.
It makes you get into really beads. It makes you get into beads and the band Santana.
The dangers of LSD, Ben, cannot be overstated. At some point,
No,
you
they
may
can't.
consider buying a Himalayan salt lamp.
Oh no.
And this is some shit we can't be proliferating, because that's where the real evil lies.
I used to own a lava lamp, and I've taken the evil LSD. Does that mean I'm a degenerate hippie?
You're a degenerate hippie communist, and you probably also think that being was okay.
I mean, I was in the
You're
film.
going to jail.
I was in the film earlier. I was the guy who got out of the flower power car, the mystery machine, or whatever it was. Like
The love bug.
yoink, Scoob.
Like, boy, the dangers of LSD can't be overstated.
Zoinks, it's old man Witherby.
I don't like you kids putting chemicals in your water.
Why is this dog talking? Is he on LSD too?
Oh, you can see the microphone.
Ecstasy.
Did you see that? Could you see the microphone at the top? I did.
I did, yes.
Are
Yes,
you sure
boom
it
in.
wasn't just LSD?
I mean, I am tripping right now, so maybe that's not it, but...
Yeah, you shouldn't be tripping balls while talking about LSD.
No, that would really... That's really... It gets you really upset when you do that.
I can imagine so. Now, the bigger question, like, is he imagining that he's having this conversation with all these kids, or all the kids imagining that they're having this conversation with this older gent?
Wow, you just broke
no,
my
you
brain.
see, this is the thing. The big twist of this PSA is that all of these really white, middle-class suburban people have actually been spiked, and nothing is real. They're all just sat on their own in the room,
It's nothing to get
just
hung about.
experiencing this. Yeah.
Strawberry field
Please tell me their fashions are also a figment of their imagination, because I'm not sure I can take that as being real fashion.
Their fashions are a result of the dangers of not taking LSD.
Well then get me some LSD this second.
Can I get a mix? Can I get half LSD, half Sunny Delight, please?
That would actually make it stop. That's the thing. If you want to, that's what they always used to say. If you wanted to come down quickly off an LSD trip, is to drink orange juice. I don't know why. I don't know if it's to do with citrus or whatever, but apparently that works.
Well, citrus does answer all of the world's problems. If everyone just had citrus, everything would go away and we'd be living in a utopia.
Oh, yeah.
Sunny.
Then, of course, Big Satsuma got in on the game.
It'd be a sunny dystopia. Sunny D for dystopia.
Would you rather
They
have sunny
squeezed out the
dystopia
competition.
or soda or purple stuff?
I'm up for the purple stuff. I don't know what it is, but I reckon that I'd get through a gallon of it a week easily if I tried it.
I'll have what she's having.
Go.
This guy's been going on for a
Oh,
long
no.
time now. I mean, this is like a full 10 minutes.
Yes.
Taking acid is linked to having a really chilled out baby. Who'd have thought?
Oh my god. If you take acid, you'll realise that we're all just one subconscious experiencing ourselves subjectively. We can't possibly have that. Burn them.
Okay, so you know how they say that J.K. Rowling... You know how they say how J.K. Rowling didn't have any editors when she did The Crimes of Grindelwald? This right here is the PSA version of that. This is completely unedited, just like he got on LSD, he wrote down all of his thoughts, typos and all, and this is what we came out with.
He likes the sound of his own voice too much. I mean, who'd do that? Who'd just talk for hours and hours about one thing? That's ridiculous. People who do that are so arrogant, aren't they?
You know, I think he needs some ranch with that word salad he's got going on.
Well, like I say, it's purely circumstantial because all of the beige adults we saw at the start of the film actually phased out of existence for being so terminally dull.
And
I'm sure so.
And this guy didn't.
I mean, that is the normal.
What you don't know about this guy, Ben, is that he actually runs a chain gang behind the scenes. When the filming stops, the party starts.
I'd like to chain his mouth up. Jesus Christ, shut
Now, what
up.
I've told you here may be true or may be false, but I'm here to tell you it's definitely true.
It's definitely true. Look, I've got a white coat on. I'm telling the truth.
Exactly.
Well, honey, he has a white coat on. How can we deny him? He's clearly right.
He's a scienceman. You sound like a dirty hippie.
I'm still just...
Peace and love, brother.
I'm just trying to figure out what's the actual movies that they're watching and what's actually them, because we've gone into several movies where it's like, okay, is this the movie or is it the PSA? I'm so confused as to which is which.
Well,
I think I've entered Inception.
Ironically, this was the B feature to The Trip, starring Peter Fonda and Jack Nicholson.
Good to know.
So he actually pulls out in a second and reveals that this video is in fact the PSA. And then that pulls out to a couple of aliens, which turns out that this film is a PSA inside a PSA. And it just goes to infinity.
Wow. So where do we fall into that?
It pulls out on us,
we-
and this commentary is actually being listened to by someone else, who's also being listened to by someone else, who's tripping his balls off. And it just cuts to him in his bedroom going, "May," and then it ends.
Like you get a one-frame The End card. It's just done.
The living end.
Nice.
I think this PSA would have been greatly enhanced if it was actually featuring the end of Rocket Attack USA, and it just ended with All Out Nuclear Armageddon with a caption saying, "We cannot let this be the end."
I like that. I like that a lot.
I mean, if you were on LSD, you might press the wrong button. The button that says "Don't fire the nukes," and then you press the button that says "Do fire the nukes." So what the fuck happened there? You tell me.
Damn it, we're screwed either way.
We're screwed either way, so we might as well just trip our absolute bollocks off.
Yeah, I like it.
And then we might enjoy his haircut.
Now, how many times in this has, like, someone of note taken off their glasses to make a very serious point?
Clark Kent over there.
Unfortunately, they're not cool enough to do that. They're that bland. They sit there with the glasses firmly fixed to their face. They actually have it super glued on to avoid them even slightly slipping because they don't want to come across as sarcastic. They're here to make a point.
And they made their point about 20 times over, but it doesn't make the point any better.
Yeah, I have to say, the remainder of this film doesn't live up to the blood and guts of the intro. It had quite an exciting, trippy intro with the Yardbirds playing in some fucking den, in some crack den, and the guy in Vietnam for some reason, and in the back of the ambulance, and then the rest of it is just people in rooms going, "Now let me tell you, if you take acid, you turn into a hot dog," and blah 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 blah.
Now the question remains: all these people at the end, because I'm assuming that they're getting ready to finish up. Are these people on LSD, or are these people not on LSD? I can't tell.
Well, this is the thing. The PSA wants you to guess whether they are or not. The answer is that they're all high on life.
If they were on LSD, this film would be about 5 hours long. Because it'd just be, he'd start talking, he'd go, "Now the thing about LSD is that curtain's really yellow, isn't it? That curtain is really yellow. Is it? Look at the curtain. How yellow is it? Wow. Oh my God. It is
really
yellow. And then cut to 5 hours later. But how can it be yellow and a curtain? Where do colours come from? And what is it? Who came up with them? What is a colour? They'd just be that for 9 hours.
The cast and crew of this PSA were largely made up of teenagers and young adults. I call bullshit on that because the average age of the people on this film was 89.
Yeah, the Stains.
Yes, agreed.
I can't wait to get the new LP by the Stains.
Their new album, LSD and Other Boredoms, is available in shops now.
The new album, fucking hell, our band name is unfortunate, is out now.
Their new album, White Stain's Dirty Mind, is available now.
This original idea from Fran Burford is not really all that original, and you really should not pay attention to her.
What I do like, though, is that the end of every one of these cards looks a bit like a Belle and Sebastian album, which is quite nice.
It's in my head now.
Any persons depicted in this movie, living or dead, is completely coincidental.
What it does to me.
Any drugs mentioned in this are fictitious and clearly coincidental.
Please don't play this to anyone, ever.
Yes.
Burn after reading.
Yes.
Oh, great. Sid Davis.
Oh,
The Sid Davis?
That's Sid Davis.
No, that other Sid Davis.
Oh, right.
Get me the bottle and get me the throttle.
Ooh. This one's about wearing seatbelts.
This one's about the dangers of naughty driving. Ben, have you ever done any naughty driving?
Let me guess, this is an anti-smoking one. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right.
Yes. Yes.
I was just going to say the enjoyment of... I thought it was just the enjoyment of people laying out in the middle of the street.
Because they're all tripping.
It's just a public awareness. Hey, have you ever lay down in the middle of the road and just taken in the sky? Do it. It's really good.
This tarmac is so tarmacy. It's unbelievable, man. Oh, shit.
Oh, man. How do they make tar that Mac?
My dad says the government do it. What? No, they don't.
No, it's true. I saw one of them in a business suit scraping asphalt across the 500 the other day.
Here's my version of that PSA that we just watched, and it's going to be much, much shorter and succinctly. Don't take LSD, otherwise you'll have the most tedious conversations of your fucking life. There you go.
Yes,
that's
with
the
people that are more bland.
That's the reason not to take it.
It's a good reason not to take it.
Yeah.
I mean, just the chance to not talk to people who are bland, the best thing in the world.
How could it be if
Is that hearse or an
You
ice
only
cream
had
van?
6 Jaeger bombs before you set off.
takes a few beers to
So do you think there was like one guy that did all these PSA voiceovers?
He was
The
milk.
Don LaFontaine of PSA voiceovers?
foundation of
Just a plane comes ahead
must
while
have
they're
made a
doing
killing.
that.
oxidized by the liver and turned into
Oh, cool. We get like a show. This is an actual show. Nice animation and stuff.
Yeah, that ass is on fire.
Your ass is on fire.
That's about the amount in 3/4 of a shot glass of whiskey or a short beer. When
Short beer.
Yeah, that's not nice to call a beer short. It's
Or a
vertically
long
challenged.
Or a long beer. Or a big beer. Or a small beer.
Exactly.
Or a beer of any shape.
It's
Hey, you know what?
It's
It's not the
spirit-
size of the beer, it's how it satisfies you.
A tiny beer.
spiritually challenged.
Tall beer. A big beer. A small.
That's the best pun I'm coming up with for the day. I'm not doing any better than that.
What the fuck is going on?
Tiny beer.
Look.
Drinking radiation is incredibly dangerous. This man has drunk 3 units of radiation, and as you can see, he's positively electric.
Look around you.
Well, is this how the Hulk became the Hulk?
He sounds drunk doing the voiceover. It depresses
He
the
does.
inhibitor of.
What happened to his hands? Why does he not have hands?
He drank them off.
He got them chopped off because he drank too much.
That seems a little harsh, but what do I know, I guess.
It's a fair punishment, alcoholic. Hands get chopped off.
Yeah.
Same with people who speed. People who speed, feet get chopped off. Can't press the accelerator.
It's like a medieval punishment you're doling out. You rode a grey horse into town on a Wednesday. That's your toes gone.
Oh no!
God, what a killjoy, man! Just lighten up. I've only had 10 vodkas. Come on, it's not a lot. Jesus Christ, what a killjoy!
He was just way too eager to get down to the Chattahoochee.
Well,
I hear
yeah.
it's hotter than a hoochie coochie, so...
Come on.
Okay, you just wanted to say Cat Chattahoochee, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I hold my hands up. It's a fun word to say. Who doesn't want
Is
to
it
say
like titty? It
Chattahoochee?
makes you smile when you say it?
Yeah. Especially if you put a little southern lilt on it, you know, Chattahoochee.
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 Speaking of hoochies,
See that bottle right there that guy's using is actually 3/4 water, so even though he had like 10 drinks, he only actually had 1 shot in those 10 drinks.
That's how they get you at these posh bars. That's why I only ever drink at home, alone, in the dark, with my record player
that's
on.
the thing. He deliberately wanted to murder those children. He just blamed it on drink afterward to try and get a lower sentence.
Yeah. He had a vendetta against them because they let their dog poop in his yard.
How bad does it have to be that you run over 2 kids and you're like, I'm drunk, test me. Well, your alcohol level's low. I tell you, I'm pissed.
You say this with some degree of level of experience and recollection, Dan.
Luke, it was a mercy killing. I was told those children would both grow up to be Hitler, so...
The murder of children now in Panavision.
I saw a great one the other day. I was reviewing a film called Swamp Women, and it was shot in wide vision.
Better than titty vision.
Just love the idea of, oh, Swamp Women, I hope it's presented in wide vision.
If it's in Technicolor, screw that.
This film was shot with cameras.
Ooh, that's quite amazing. Oh, he's going 26 in a 25 zone.
Take him out. Go, 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 go.
Okay, seriously, they have this one animation and they think that it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, so they keep showing us.
I feel like this kind of footage would have been recycled into one of those 90s music videos that used like 20s and 30s sort of Fleischer cartoons to sort of
Boards of Canada would
animate
be
the
all
music.
Boards of Canada would be all over something like this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
4% alcohol. If only I had
car had-
4% in my blood. Sorry.
So that car had 0.5% alcohol in its blood? Wow. I never knew that alcohol had that much effect on a car.
Christine 2 is weird.
It is very strange.
That's why we have a petrol shortage at the moment in this country. No one's using it anymore. They just use booze.
One for you, one for me. One for you, one for me.
Here you go, sir, your milk.
I said I wanted it over easy. This is room temperature.
That is a very red room. Do you suppose all the sex implements are at the back?
It's the red room.
It's actually an extension on the Black Lodge. You know, when they've done all the backwards talk, they head into the 70s bar for a double cream, seemingly.
Oof.
Come quickly to the murder room.
Oh, I can't finish, man. It's too much. I'm only paying for what I drank.
Wow, what a lush.
Man, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just saying this guy can't handle his cream.
I'm just looking at the fact that it's still daytime out. It's probably like noon, and he's leaving the bar like toasted now.
I tell you what, his line manager is going to have some serious words for him at his next one-to-one.
Yep. Wow, that was as realistic as something that James Nguyen would do.
They killed Mr. Bean.
Okay,
his secret will never be told.
I want to point out that they're drinking Hams, which is a super cheap kind of beer over here in the States that has like very low alcohol count. You'd have to drink 12 of them. Oh, and they got Schlitz too. Oh God, we're in trouble.
Budweiser, the official drink of pissing.
Oh, it tastes like piss.
We had to say that.
Hey guys, we're gonna go take a leak together.
We've had 2 hams, we're going to go drive home. Don't, it's not safe. You've only got 2% alcohol in your body right now.
It actually removed alcohol from your body.
I wonder what these people would make of absinthe.
If this was an Australian PSA, there would be blood and guts everywhere by now. There'd be just like arms strewn across the road.
There'd be a guy with a folk guitar playing out some hits.
Yeah. And they've got probably the best tagline of any PIF PSA, which is, if you drink then drive, you're a bloody idiot. Which is the most Australian thing ever.
Oh no!
He's a danger to
bloody
himself
idiot.
and others. You know what? This is as realistic as anything that James Nguyen has shot.
It's not far off. It's not far off.
If this happened to you, got those beach
Look at
party
all the
bums.
blood. I mean, my God.
This looks like an absolute crime scene.
Yep, clearly.
Guys,
I mean, look. Look.
How are they going to get those skid marks out? I'm telling you, it's...
They'll get the stains in to do a musical number.
Most of the time you have to use a lot of bleach and scrub really, really well.
You know, I never thought that the band who scored Things should have ever got a gig more, but I reckon they could have done really good justice here.
Yeah.
He looked like the lead singer from the band Cake.
Hmm.
And he's arresting Beck Hansen there for killing the children. Another Scientologist.
Oh. By West Covina, a place known for really random, really fakey hit and runs.
Bloody West Covina.
West Covina? That's worse than East Covina.
Well, I really hope we see more of that Sid Davis in future.
Sid Davis, you're a monster.
So too. Oh no. It's a National Mental Health Institute. We're screwed.
This is a film. This is a film from the Ministry of Love.
Oh, it was written by the Design Center Incorporated.
Remember, freedom is slavery.
Remember, know your place.
War is peace, ignorance is strength.
It's corngrass.
Is this the one you were talking about before?
Yes, this is the Alice in Wonderland weird trippy bollocks.
Yeah, I saw this a long time
this
ago. This one.
It's nice to see it in high def, though.
Oh yeah, it totally improves the experience.
What do you mean high def? All the scratches and shit are still on it. It's not high def.
Yes. Yeah, just because it's got the scratches on it doesn't mean it in high def. This is a 1080p scan from a 2K print, my friend.
Good and better.
Oh yeah.
I want it remastered from the original footage, the original 70mm film, damn it.
That's what it is.
It's not.
This is the dangers of hand lotion right here.
Did Terry Gilliam do this?
It's kind of what it feels like, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. All the Reese's Pieces I can eat. Oh, brilliant. All the Reese's Pieces I can smoke.
I was gonna say candy cigarettes. Fuck yes.
Dan's not had his tea. He's got Reese's on the brain.
Oh, brilliant! All the Reese's Pieces I can drink.
Maybe cigarettes and alcohol are like
Yes.
I need you to show me on the doll where the Reese's Pieces hurt you.
You see, I'm a particularly dim and stupid child, so I think cigarettes and alcohol are like medicine.
Hey, they had candy cigarettes when I was a kid, so...
Still now, don't they?
Oh, same here. Same here.
Yeah, this is totally Terry Gilliam. Ah, weed.
It really is, isn't it? It's giving me the fear. It's even got the little cutout. I'd be very curious to see what year this was made, because if it was like post like 68, 69, I'd say it was blatantly copying him, like his style.
I think it was early 70s, I'm pretty sure.
I'm on it.
Because we covered this in, Cool. Okay, what's with the really low...
1971.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
there you go.
I would say this is very blatantly copying like the Terry Gilliam Python cartoons, like down to the fucking cutout animation and all the little jerky stuff. And
Yeah. Agreed.
he should
Though
sue, retrospectively sue.
Yeah. Oh god, that's such a creepy shot. Ah, what's going on? She's eating herself?
Ooh,
I opened my mouth and a smaller version of me climbed inside.
this is the druggiest
Why did
one
she
yet.
suddenly
Deleted
lose
Kenny
pigment?
Rogers lyrics from I just got in to see what position my position was in.
Condition, not position. You deviant.
Ben, what happens between me and Kenny Rogers is strictly NDA'd. I know he's dead.
I'm going to call it that.
That's
from
why
now
it's
on.
NDA'd.
I'm going to call it that from now on. What position my position was in. Whoa.
hello.
She's in the sky with diamonds, man.
Yeah. That dress is disconcerting to me. It's really freaking me out, and I don't know why.
Of all the mad shit that's happening, the dress is the scary thing, yes?
Yes, it is.
That's the tipping point.
It's the least noticeable thing, but it's the most noticeable thing, and it's really freaking me out.
I think it's is it Judge Death, Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I think it's that syndrome where when you paint on real life things with sort of cartoon animation, it instantly becomes Uncanny Valley and therefore much more terrifying.
I would agree with that.
But they're that white rabbit that just went down.
You know who he is?
It doesn't help either that
It's got a bit of a Jan Svankmajer. I was just going to say, it's got a bit of a Jan Svankmajer sort of thing going on. All the stop motion-y stuff.
it has. Yeah. I mean, another thing I suppose doesn't really help this is that all of the animations of the rabbit and the cat and the Mad Hatter and things like that are absolutely terrifying.
Fucking
Yes, they
creepy
are.
as fuck.
Like,
yeah.
that's the most terrifying Cheshire Cat I've ever seen. And I did a whole series of these on another channel, like talking about weird Alice in Wonderland things. This is the most terrifying.
Did you talk about the Svankmajer one? That's my
Easily.
favourite.
I don't... Oh, is that... Yeah, I think we covered that one.
Yeah, that's the one where it's like it's all stop motion. The little girl goes in and they wrap her up in like nettles and shit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, the poor caterpillar.
Incense of peppermints.
If this was a missing film, it would easily be a creepypasta.
Oh, 100%.
To be a creepypasta, you'd have to have a thing of like, I bought this at a garage sale from an old man who disappeared, and then
Who was almost entirely made up of stop motion.
and then the caterpillar came through the screen and ate my dad, and a skeleton popped out the end.
And there was blood.
So that's the Grinch getting stoned off his tits there, by the looks of it.
Oof.
And as he smoked the
I
joint,
don't know what this film is.
his heart grew 3 times that day. As he got blitzed off
Everywhere in
his tits.
Hempville.
Hempville.
Oh, yes.
You're just a kid, aren't you?
I don't know what this film's trying to tell me. All it's really telling me is that I should really go and raid my parents' medicine cabinet and just see what happens.
I think you totally should. It's either going to do nothing or you're going to end up on cloud 9, 10, and 11, I guess.
That's the
It's having
ironic.
a really good time.
That's the ironic lesson, isn't it? If you take your parents' medication, you're going to go to a crazy cartoon world where you meet lots of wacky, fun people.
Right, where there's lots of shrooms in the background and really terrible terrible backgrounds that you probably could have done as a 5-year-old.
And you get to fly around.
And walk really strangely.
Wow.
Time for what?
Time for death.
How are you getting?
Ah,
Oh, so God, just
Oh, look, it's a sleep paralysis demon.
what's H mean?
Oh, brilliant. Just what I wanted. That is going to be my sleep paralysis demon going forward now. I hope you
That
realise.
fucking Cheshire Cat abomination that needs to die.
I'm glad I'm not responsible for it for once.
Now, Triv, this time you get off easy.
Oh, thank God.
Friend.
I normally cause them, so I'm grateful for once I don't. Don't point that at me. I didn't do nothing, I swear.
Don't worry, it's entirely filled with pizza grease.
Oh, well, that doesn't make me feel any better, really.
Well, no, but...
This reminds me of Ralph Bakshi. Like Fritz the Cat type thing.
True. It kind of does, actually.
Oh no, it's the 4th Doctor intro. The biggest crime of all.
I know this is, I'll be the first to say the cliche thing to say about this, but this probably would be very good watched on drugs.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Oh my Jesus.
Okay,
Boris Johnson.
Jesus
the
Christ.
March Hare has seen some shit.
I'm just a little tired.
Long drawn out Mickey.
I got rejected from Disney 16 times. Hopefully the 17th will be my chance.
He keeps beating off, and that's not a good thing.
No.
God, this is great. Gerald Scarfe, the guy did the animation for Pink Floyd The Wall. He did a cartoon called Long Drawn Out Trip that was very similar to this, where it was like Mickey Mouse getting stoned. It was just really great. His nightmare eyes kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, they're definitely nightmare eyes. Oh, did you notice all the pills like in the teacup and stuff? I didn't notice that before.
Oh shit, yeah.
No.
Because this
That
film
seems more like a late afternoon thing.
Because this film is incredibly subtle in its anti-drug message.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
god,
you know-
it's Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
Oh my God, it totally is. Oh, it could also be Trump.
Could well be.
Could be both of them.
What's-
They've been merged
what's wrong,
down into
Mr.
one
Mouse?
person. Why is he
What's
disco
wrong,
dancing?
Mr. Mouse? That's a good point. It's because it's the 70s and everything's in.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Mr. Mouse? You haven't touched any of your barbiturates.
Oh
God.
Uh-oh. He had a Viagra.
Dynamite!
I don't think he's really like checking out how much he's actually should take. Oh great, another LSD trip.
If you're listening, it's Yellow Submarine now.
I was going to say, this really needs a dose of the Porpoise song.
Yeah.
You live here in this beautiful place. It could be Wonderland, and all you do.
Oh, she said Wonderland. Okay, we're officially in Alice in Wonderland. This isn't like some weird like off-brand thing that has nothing to do with Alice in Wonderland.
Perfect. I'm sure that when Lewis Carroll wrote... I'm pretty sure when Lewis Carroll wrote the original, this was the exact vision he had in mind.
I thought so too.
There's no copyright on Alice in Wonderland, is there? So anyone could just do shit like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen... I mean, I watched that video Triv was in a while ago, and yeah, they really go to town on that public domain thing. It gets bad enough that it makes me wish that public domain wasn't a thing. That's saying something.
There's even one that covers like labeling laws in the UK called Alice in Brandland or something like that.
Oh God. Jeez.
Ah,
That's a slow day in the office if ever there was one.
yeah. At this point, they didn't know how to end it, so they just kind of threw everything at it.
Oh no, they've got Dudley Simpson back on the synths.
Oh no.
I am Cornholio!
Oh no, my cat thought I was dead and has started to eat me.
I need LSD for my bunghole.
She's coming down now. Oh, fuck me, mate.
Do you have piccata?
Tibbles, you gotta get some of that shit again, man. Oh.
Let's go for a drive and kill a young mother and kids.
Stick the Stains album on.
Wow, this book sucks ass. I'm never reading another book again.
I'm just really glad she didn't read Lord of the Flies.
Oh, man. I'm glad you didn't say see Sallow.
Yeah.
We were somewhere in West Corvina, on the edge of the desert, when the drugs began to take hold.
So I'm just wondering, all the photos that they had of her, can you imagine them saying, okay, now move your foot just a little bit to the side. Okay, now look up and point. Okay, keep looking. Okay, we're going to go low shot on you so we can get this big crazy dress. Okay, good.
And cut. Perfect. We only did one take. What do you mean one take? It was perfect.
Lewis Carroll would be proud. This is a PSA. This is a PSA against cities and how we should bomb them all.
I was going to say against trolleys.
Cities, do you live in one? Get out now while there's still time.
Keep them out.
Do you wear sunglasses? Do you have crazy hair? Is someone working on your neckerchief at this moment? Tell them to fuck off and get the hell away from you.
The Haight-Ashbury.
Good to see,
That's where Charlie Manson
Yes.
lived.
The distant drummer. I can hear him.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, a
Why
movable
don't you come
scene.
closer?
Hell yeah.
This scene moves.
Better than an unmovable.
Good to see John Lennon there.
Yeah.
Good to see John Lennon there. Good to see John Lennon there.
So are they actually on Adbury Road in this one, or?
No, they're in the Haight-Ashbury district. That's where the Charlie Manson people lived.
Yes, that's where a lot of people lived. But mainly.
That's where a lot of people.
One of the reasons we need to outlaw cities.
Where a lot of people lived and caught VD extensively.
Nearly everyone in the hippie community smokes marijuana.
Nearly everyone.
And they
Nearly
wear
all.
beads. Yes.
Joint or Mary Jane.
Whether they call it peanuts, lockerfoot, greenback, smelly feet, jump up, sit down.
Is shared to such an extent that roach pipes are always in demand.
Purple Nurple.
A roach is a marijuana.
Green haze, white haze, Isaac haze.
Green eggs and ham. Splink. Noel's house party. You
Black
name it.
Betty.
Mr. Blobby.
Bamalam.
The Schneider cut.
Combining it with alcohol is known as taking a Mario and Luigi.
Taking it with alcohol and LSD is a Mario or a Luigi, but not the two together. Because that's something completely different.
So is this about the
That
devil?
pork.
This is about the devil weed.
This is actually live footage from Jonestown.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit! There's the Kool-Aid.
But that's a lot of white.
Don't take the brown
Two
acid.
people both believe that they're horses.
The brown acid is not good. Do not take it.
Do not take the dark orange acid. You want to avoid the brown acid as well.
But it tastes like Sunny Delight.
The combination of red and yellow acid darkened is also a bad choice.
You can lighten your acid by putting it in a gentle wash.
But do not bleach.
No. That is known as taking a Mario and Bowser. You will lose a life.
This is more like an advert for LSD as opposed to against it.
It is. It looks like a really happening time.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. I mean, anytime you've got 3 bongos going on, automatically a good time.
I'm game.
Bongos equals
And that's
good
a
time.
hippie, that's a hippie. Weirdly not a hippie, also a hippie. Ooh, total bunch of hippies. Dickinson Plaza, known for its hippies.
See, this is the problem. They've just spent like 20 minutes telling us that all the hippies are long-haired, sort of beardy weirdos.
Layabouts.
And everybody I've seen so far actually looks all right, apart from this man, who clearly looks unwell.
And he looks like he's going to a rave.
He looks fantastic.
That's what my hair looks like when I get up in the morning. Does that mean I'm on LSD when I wake up?
Yes.
The crazy,
You actually self-metabolize. It's quite impressive.
Ah, well, I try.
the crazy world of Dan. Fire. Da, da, da.
The second group finds its kicks liquefying on a hot spoon.
I get my kicks from liquefying on a hot fork.
Not the needles.
See, I prefer the spork, but unfortunately you have to be quick.
Yeah, that's true. See, now you shoot that directly into your eyeball and you're good to go.
Why is he shooting salt into his arm? I mean, that's not going to do anything.
Why is he doing it with a baby's dummy?
My first heroin needle. You get them from the Early Learning Centre, don't you? My first heroin kit.
Fisher Price.
Fisher
My
Price.
first heroin.
Well, that person right there is actually only about 3 months old. The heroin made them grow up incredibly quick.
Oh, wow.
Just a perfect
It's like
day.
scanners.
Drink sangria in the park. It was just like, man, it was just, man, what do you say? It's just like, it was just with it, man, and yeah.
Hey, those curtains are really yellow.
She strikes me as just really bored more than high on anything.
That's pretty much, that's a very good apt sort of way of what it's like when you're really high. Bored. So yeah, just like, yeah, man, it's just like what it is, and what do you do? You go there, what do you do there? I don't know, yeah, man, what do you do? Say, great.
I'm hungry, let's get a cheeseburger.
You are a cheeseburger. Ow.
Who gets high and goes to Oregon?
Well, that is the place to go, I guess.
Plenty of cows to tip, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose so, yeah. This is the ghetto, by the way.
In the ghetto.
Oh, cool.
In the ghetto.
Is it bad that the ghetto looks nicer than where we live over here?
Oh, it looks nicer than where I live, too. Apparently ghettos back in the day were just nicer.
The mean urban streets of California.
I try not to set foot there.
What's this dweeb talking about?
He needs to loosen up, man.
I just like being mean to
needs to
people.
Taking a spliff.
I just like being mean to people who are likely dead now.
Well, how dare he wear sensible socks and shoes?
Fuck him. Pig.
Oh man, it's the man.
It's the man.
Oh, no.
Watch out for the man.
Man always trying to ruin our time.
It's a man-woman, man.
Oh man.
Y'all are trampling on our grass. We have a real issue with this. Please disperse. If you stay, we will arrest you for grass homicide.
We will be releasing the tear gas shortly. Please note, this is not a hallucinogenic.
The sad thing is, I'd have easily been here if I was alive at the time. Easily.
We wouldn't be doing commentaries.
Well,
Time would be too
no,
short
because
for
there'd be no
commentary.
such thing as the internet, so that would be quite difficult.
We'd be doing the Daniel Johnston thing of recording reel-to-reel commentaries, just handing them to people to take into cinemas to watch whilst with the 8-track.
You'd probably take enough drugs to have the same mental capabilities as Daniel Johnston.
Yeah, they sneak in a recorder, but the recorder is like 15, 20 pounds.
Yes, 2 rucksacks on, one for the power pack and one for the. They take it in, they hook it up, they hit play, clunk, clunk. It takes. Can never get it perfectly synced. It drifts in and out.
And that's not even the satchel they have for the snacks.
Please turn commentary over now to side B.
Side B. So yeah, then I was talking about drugs. It was great.
Whoa, I like his look. Hell's Angels leather shit going on.
Early BDSM.
This is actually the early group of Apple Incorporated.
I can see that. I was going to say they were the latest crop of seminarians that were going on to be Catholic priests.
Oh,
Makes sense.
Oh, are these actually?
Makes sense. That definitely makes sense now that you mentioned the Catholics.
Oh, these are Hell's Angels, aren't they? or some kind of bikers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they-
biker doing Nazi salutes.
The one guy has it on the back, but I can't see what it says.
Oh no, they wouldn't be Hell's Angels because they weren't Nazis.
Yeah, true.
Oh, you guys had boots over there?
Apparently so. I didn't know that.
The Hell's Angels weren't Nazis.
Maybe
They were
that's
just
why.
they were just murderers.
Oh, we were in London now.
Oh, brilliant. Familiarity. I bet it's us.
Hey,
Damn it!
They're crediting the UK with the birth of the hippie. I'm not sure that's entirely accurate, but whatever.
Damn you fucking Brits, I tell ya, I don't know what to do with you.
It's because of those beat-alls.
The Beatles, yeah.
I was gonna blame the tea, but okay.
Our version of Psychedelia was a lot nicer and cuddlier than the American version. We were less into murdering Sharon Tate. We were just into...
Hey, that was only one small branch. I don't call you out for having bad teeth, so let's lay off the... We didn't all kill Sharon Tate. It was just like 1 or 2 people.
I'm not saying they all did. Just you, Triv.
Oh, well... Well, you know what? The bitch had it coming.
Okay, I'm going to rumble you now, Triv. I am sorry. Yes, Triv was the Zodiac Killer. Yes, she was also the Limburg baby. And yes, she also may or may not have led to the creation of the atom bomb. But in her defense, she was also trying to maintain a theater at the time, and these things just run out of control.
Well, one is such a slippery slope to the rest of them. I couldn't help myself, and I apologize for lashing out about teeth. That was unheard. That was that was not very kind of me, and I apologize because
it's okay. We know we have bad teeth.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to the fans.
I'm sorry,
All
fans. Please forgive me. My teeth aren't that great either, and I'm from the States. I also killed several people as a Zodiac Killer, and I was also kidnapped as a Limburg baby, and I may or may not have founded the atom bomb. And I also farted one time at an inauguration for Trump, which caused there to be less people to show up.
I mean, my teeth are fucked from all the weed I smoke, so apart from that, that's... So it's quite ironic, really, in a sense. Well, I don't know if it's ironic, just more unfortunate.
Well, I think you've paid penance enough. We'll leave the ivermectin stuff for next time.
Okay.
But, yeah. This sounds like a happening cafe.
Yeah, very much so. There was someone petting their pussy.
It's less of a PSA, this. It's more of a sort of like... It's more like a newsreel. Like the old newsreels you used to get about, life on the march, that type of thing.
Yeah, it's more of a who's who of the drug trade, really.
Yeah.
I mean, in the wrong hands, this basically just shows you where all the good times are happening, so...
Hey, they were right in the middle of San Francisco in the 60s. They could have got up with... they could have met old Charlie and he could have been like, let me tell you, man, it's all in the vibrations in the air. They're the ones that do this. The vibrations in the trees and the forest and the ground. And that's my Charlie Manson impression.
There's still a lot of people that believe in vibrations today. It's called 5G. Hey, there's a monkey. Is he on drugs?
They're all on drugs. Everyone in this room is on drugs. Even I am on drugs.
I'm not sure if that guy with the mustache is on drugs. I think he just likes to be part of the group.
Was this when the CIA were just pumping drugs into every animal they could find? Monkey, elephant, spiders.
That's pretty much my thought, yeah.
We gave this monkey 400 tabs of acid. What happens next will scare you.
They did. They did give a monkey acid. I can't remember. I think... That looks exactly like me. On the left.
Aw, you're adorable. He's playing a harmonica and he's so good at it he's smoking.
They're just enjoying it, man.
He set that harmonica on fire, he did. What was his last words? Put me out! Oh, yeah.
Kind of heartbreaking.
If you go there today to that exact location, they're still there.
Wow, and they still look the same age. Because they did actually find Shangri-La. Did we not have this guy in the first PSA? It looks exactly the same.
He's getting his money's worth.
Looks similar.
Mm-hmm.
The Reverend Mason Gammonham.
The Reverend Bert Burkitson the fourth.
Hey, look,
look at this. It's a man with a flower in his head.
I was going to say, they look like modern-day Hare Krishnas.
When did they bring in Joe Cocker on?
These are Hare Krishnas, from what I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they all shaved their heads, or at least they did in Airplane.
The Tibetan ones do. But I think we the hippies are just too cool for that. Too cool for school.
Oh yeah.
I love the fact that of all the Hare Krishnas, you could have referenced the Airplane ones.
Is that still a thing in America? Or Hare Krishnas hanging out at airports?
I've not seen them, but I haven't been to the West Coast, so I cannot confirm or deny that.
See here in
I think they
Manchester,
are still around in some way.
from the first one.
we just have Jehovah's Witnesses just hanging around in where I live, just handing out leaflets.
Yeah,
They don't say anything.
those-
They're like mannequins. They just stand there like statues. I don't know what they expect us to do. Grab them from their hands or what?
Well, they are so indoctrinated that they are basically mannequins.
Basically. Yeah.
Easiest thing to do: walk up to them, smile, take a pamphlet off them, cradle their bollocks, walk away.
It's all part of God's plan.
Okay, so this music... Yeah, exactly. This music with an ambulance going in, is that really appropriate?
If anything, I think that they should do more of it.
Yeah, true. The juxtaposition is what throws you off.
The idea is to create confusion, and the confusion leads to anger, and the anger leads to resentment to drugs. Job
Yes,
done.
exactly. Unless it doesn't.
Large numbers of mixed types of drugs taken by population.
Why, I know a small child who a few years ago took 2 paracetamol with a glass of water, and he turned out fine, but it could have got pretty nasty. So be careful around the drugs there.
This guy took the red acid, the blue acid, and the green acid. He's now our governor.
Is that the South explained?
Yes.
Guys, he's a speed head, an acid head, a meth head, a bond head, a hobbit head.
Film head.
The harsh reality of the narcotics war does not offer the easy camaraderie of
A radio head.
spiritual and low-cut
A head, brackets 1968.
hundreds of other psychiatric hospitals offers a road back to responsibility. But some
Oh yeah, I fucking love weed.
I thought that was the Reverend at first.
It would have been awesome.
You know
if it had
what?
been.
This shit isn't so bad.
Yes.
I'm gonna make this scientist my head of partying down.
You must take it. You must take it. Oh, keep.
No, thank you. I want a couple of cold cuts before I have one of these. I gotta make myself a sandwich, man.
That's Dan there's the girl, the sensible one. I don't need drugs, I like to stay in control. Do-do-do-do.
Why are their hairs growing out of the bottom of the screen?
It's because the film is slowly growing mold because it's that bored.
It's that old.
Ah, good to know. Dude, we're over here.
Why do you have got so many British people in this American PSA?
I don't know.
Because we invented the psychedelic things, apparently.
Yes. Well, and this guy is on. He's freaking out at this moment. You can tell by his face.
He was an extra in Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Oh. He kind of looks like Michael Caine a little bit.
I can see it. I can see it.
I mean, we all die. You can say that everything leads to eventual death, can't you? Because death is eventual by its definition. No one's immortal.
That is true.
Me eating
I don't know,
guy-
Ben. I've got pretty good odds.
me eating spaghetti will lead to eventual death because it's. Oh my god, it's the same guy.
Yeah, that's what I said. Is that the scientist from the first one?
That guy is, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he was getting around a bit, wasn't he? What a whore.
He was.
What a cam.
He just really likes talking about drugs.
What a cam whore.
He just stops midway through his speech going, thanks K25 for the bits and the subs.
I like to think that they didn't plan to have him there. They were just filming another guy, and then he just pops up. The thing about LSD is it's really bad. And, wait, who are you?
Just trust me. I've got the white coat. You can trust my judgment implicitly.
We've warned you once, Bud Brookinson. We've got a restraining order against you.
Why do they keep going back to this shot? They're like, oh,
And
this
it's
is the epitome of hippie culture right here.
Looks great.
It's not far off. It's not far off. You see, if you take drugs, you might become a hitchhiker or worse, go to college.
No!
Hey, look, it's Lewis from Revenge of the Nerds.
Don't take those drugs and live on the street. Get a uniform on. Get to Vietnam. Shoot some hippie. Shoot some. That's the future.
Ben, you have got a real fixation about sending these kids to Vietnam. What is going on up there?
Well, the fingers down.
Still
LSD
wondering that
is.
too.
If you take LSD, you turn into a pig. Right?
Oh, there's the damn trolley again.
Oink.
Narrated by Robert Mitchum? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Cuddy.
Celebrity.
Yes. Weirdly, that trolley is advertising drugs as we speak.
Oh yeah.
Get me Mr. Templeton.
Fancy some cutty?
So they're talking about drugs, but then they show shots of bars.
Yes.
Alcohol's not a drug; it's a drink.
Okay.
I cannot stress the hypocrisy of the drugs system of both the UK and America
Yeah.
in the last
And the world,
70 to 80
maybe.
years.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some pretty cool places.
Like
I
Lithuania.
don't know. The desert's all right. Oh God, it's Mission Impossible, the one they didn't want you to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Copyright. Music.
Oh God, they're gonna have a horse and or a dog and pony show. Oh no.
And I'll let you know as soon as we figure out what on earth is happening. I'll let you know.
Okay. We're in Mexico. All right, get the fat ass out of the pool. Make sure to keep the towel on his head. You know, maybe this is a prequel to Weekend at Bernie's.
There's a mannequin. Oh, my pool. Where's the car?
You know what? It's surprising. Like this is quite elaborate to deliver a sex doll.
Realest thing you've ever seen.
For some reason, this reminds me of the Oozing Skull.
Yeah, it's got that kind of quick, cutty, nonsensical nature.
Yeah.
They're getting the drugs
Hey,
off.
we're entering the U.S.
That's the only sign
Yeah.
that they have when you go into America. Just that little ditty sign. Now in America land.
What? How did we get here?
Guys, I'm so confused. Is it the drugs? Have I taken too many?
See, the problem is I don't even know if this is a drugs one. This might be an alcohol one. Oh no, they've just killed that man.
I think it's a woman, actually.
They just killed that woman.
Oh, they're talking drug smuggling.
It was a fake woman.
Yes.
They just
No!
killed that fake woman.
Oh, and they left her to die.
She was so fake, man. She was
What
just
a
full of
world.
lies. Just led me on. So two-faced.
Wait a minute. This isn't ours.
Whoa.
Oh,
Then
good.
what is our story?
We'll talk about don't have to be.
Meta.
They come with prescriptions.
So they spent like
Oh,
9/10 of their
it's-
budget on that first bit, so now they're gonna have to do this on like $1.50.
Yeah, fuck it, lol. They just fancied.
Oh, this one's about legal highs.
They just fancied a working holiday, basically, in Mexico.
Basically, yeah. Although, make
They
no
got so many
mistake,
drugs
all of
there.
that they brought back was actually the drugs that they brought back to enjoy, so they could make this properly.
Drugs, drinking, dick.
And natural foods. Oh no,
A musical.
Reefer Madness is musical.
Ah, sold.
Music, and this is pretty
They're
funkotastic as well.
really making these drugs look quite delicious.
Water is also a drug.
Nearly everyone takes drugs
Really?
for one reason.
All people, Dan.
All
Oh, that-
people.
All people.
I like to sniff erasers.
Have you got any good medication at the minute? Anything I can trade you?
I do have some Reese's Pieces.
Ooh. I've got a bag of Reese's Pieces myself. I have some cetirizine. That's an antihistamine. If anybody wants one of them.
Oh,
Won't do much.
I've got some drugs I stole from that little girl and a teddy bear. That's where the drugs are, by the way.
Oh, brilliant.
Got carrying on with the drug
Excellent.
smuggling theme.
Coca-Cola, the greatest drug.
Capitalism, the best drug.
that sparkly outfit is also a drug. Or more like what's in it.
I'll say it's very addictive.
Dun, dun, dun,
Being out of
dun,
focus is also a drug. So driving a student, or having a student driver drive while drunk. Yeah, that's interesting.
Perfect.
I remember when Limp Bizkit did a cover of the Mission Impossible theme. I think this is what inspired them.
I can imagine so.
Oh great, we're in Lucio Fulci's The Beyond.
Yes. I see my house from here.
Nice.
What's a chevron stand?
I could never eat a whole chevron.
Yeah, I don't blame you. They are quite filling.
They are is the problem. You know, I used to get a box for the wife every Valentine's Day, and they said every Halloween.
Every Halloween's Day.
Yeah. We'd put the jack-o'-lantern out, split a box of chevrons between us. Life was good. Triv, what's a chevron?
It's an animal, right?
This guy's clearly... I just thought it was a fancy shape.
I like fancy shapes. Couldn't eat a whole one.
Yeah. This is also a fancy shape.
Wow. I'm happy with any skeleton that does jazz hands.
His jacket is a drug.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I am into this scene.
Pop art-tastic.
Oh wow, it's Eugene Levy.
Oh my god, it is! So the guy in the booth back there is also a mannequin.
Hello, I'm Dr. Herb. I'm Dr. Herbert Herbertson Herb. I'm a chunk of bad drugs.
Dr. Aaron A. Anderson.
For the purpose of this experiment, we have placed a test subject inside a small room. We will shortly be releasing a cyanide capsule. He is not aware of this. As the cyanide capsule slowly seeps into the room, he will bang on the telegraph machine, informing the police of his imminent demise. Whether the police will get to him on time is a different story.
Welcome to Saw 27.
I think death can be a beautiful thing. The beauty of life, leaving his soul, leaving his eyes. Beautiful.
We arrive from dust, and we shall leave to dust as well.
Watching other people die makes my hair stand on end.
I swear he was in They Might Be Giants at some point. I swear it.
How dare you talk over me, Mr. Voiceover Man? Your time is coming.
I am Cypher. I am the Lord, the bringer of death, destroyer of worlds.
There's pandemonium everywhere, cats and dogs living together.
Yes, but where can we get these prescription drugs?
At a prescription place.
Ace! Right, Ben, load up the car. I've had a drink, so I can't drive.
25-mile-per-hour tablets.
And I think...
Wow.
That sounds amazing.
Rudolph!
Ooh, prescription specialists.
That's
Oh,
what
hey,
was...
we shouldn't be operating machinery while drinking. You guys aren't trying to operate any machinery,
What?
are you?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I was operating this machine while drinking. What were you saying?
Ah, right. Well, I'm wondering what qualifies as machinery.
Drugs make you cross out words in books. Haphazardly.
and highlight other words for some reason.
You will never finish one novel ever again.
And histamine pills were prescribed, and I guess there was a warning on the label, but I didn't read it.
I was going to say, warning, side effects of taking drugs means you may end up looking like David Carradine.
This is a recreation of actual events as told by a drunk person.
As told by my mate Darren. Down the pub.
Down the pub.
My brakes were out, I had no control, it was terrible. I was driving my Ford Mustang because, you know, I drive a Mustang. I also had a gorgeous woman next to me and she was whacking me off while we were driving. I came all over her face, it was beautiful.
Hang on, how was he doing that whilst driving?
Carefully.
Thanks to drink, driving, drugs, deadly, disease, dastardly.
That train literally came out of nowhere. Like, it must be like the fastest train ever.
There weren't even any tracks on the ground. That's the scary thing.
Yes.
It's a ghost
You know,
train.
I don't know any man that age at that point in time that would be driving a Mustang.
This train
No.
is coming like a ghost train. Oh, the
See, they don't trust women to drive. That's why they put her in a car and they put her on acid so she thinks she's driving.
Of course not. If
We
you
let the man nearly get hit by a train, but a woman, we have to put her under laboratory conditions. We don't know what might happen.
She might drive into a train. Dr. Slade Sladerson. Research psychologist, BSc,
Wow, it's so
FBI.
realistic.
We gave this woman 400 doses of acid. Now watch as she slowly gets out of her car at 30 miles an hour.
How will she relate, or how will she react to the 400 tabs of acid differently than the monkey?
Well, the monkey unfortunately can't drive.
She thinks she's on the
because
road, but we've used VR technology.
Are you saying that the monkey can't drive because he can't reach the pedals?
Yes, he only has very little legs.
Monkey could drive a car.
True. Being capuchin does make a difference there.
You could
A monkey could drive a car.
You could probably train a monkey to drive a car.
Okay, Ben, we have a wager.
How about a dolphin? Can you train a dolphin to drive a car?
Sure, dolphins can do anything.
Yeah, you just have
They're
to fill it
Jesus'
with
favourite
water.
animals.
You just let one of the windows down, fill it up with water, put the dolphin in, be fine.
Oh yeah.
Well, dolphins can talk, so you can drive cars.
Dolphins.
They can. They get.
You know, I'm
what
not
dolphin
anti-dolphin,
says.
but I'm just here to say they're the scourge of the message boards. The amount of anti-dolphin rhetoric I get from these pro-dolphin people.
Oh, that's too bad.
Those dolphies. That's the racist name for dolphins. Look at don't let him in your bar. He's a dolphy. He's a Dolph. He's a Dolph
Coming in over
Lundgren.
here asking for.
He's a Dolph Lundgren.
You know,
Better
just by-
come in here and ask for some fish.
Yeah, just by
Wanna do a trick
saying
with a
that
ball.
though, YouTube is gonna like demonetize Dan's entire channel because it's such a derogatory term.
Yeah, I mean that would be quite fishy of them to do that.
It would be Dan's fin-ish. Jaws saying.
It would be my dolphinale.
Finish. They
You
really
know what?
got.
If I had this music following me around, I'd be bored as hell too while driving.
They really fucking up their mileage out of this Mission Impossible music.
It's been playing for 16 minutes.
They just have to drive it in reverse, going the same route, and they'll be good. The odometer will go back down to 0. Gas for you, food for the car.
We dropped acid and drove a loop for 16 hours. Driving experiment 961.
So driving experience 961 is just a caravan?
Unfortunately, the other 960 driving experiments ended in fatalities, so...
This is a Mike and Ike. It's a placebo.
Who's this Mike? Is he a drug pusher?
We gave this man 3 Viagra. We just wanted to see what would happen.
He ended up driving with his dick.
It became sentient. You ever seen the film Brain Damage? Yeah, basically that happened.
Yeah, exactly. It's the greatest film ever. You see, the car in the experiment wants to go faster, but the jackass in front of him's going too slow.
Yes. It's because she's a learner driver. We've got to be careful. Everybody has to learn sometime.
Yeah. You know, she's just distracted by the guy with the Hawaiian shirt in the back seat.
I thought you would swear for a second you were going to say she was distracted by the guy who'd taken 3 Viagra.
Well, that too.
Very angry driver.
As drivers as drivers in general tend to be.
Yeah, that's true. And all of a sudden the car bursts into flames for no discernible reason.
The drugs had nothing to do with it. The car just erupted into a ball of flames.
Exactly. Spontaneously combusted.
They all got tinnitus from his fucking shirt.
It does come to something when the print is so washed out that his shirt still looks really vibrant.
That's when they said
that thing must have been glowing.
that's the only 4K bit of it all. Everything else is just normal.
We painstakingly restored every frame of his shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody else, nah. He's like, shit, we lost another one. All right, we'll toss her out of the car.
It never gets any easier.
That's Graham Garden there from the Goodies.
His erection lasted 16 hours and they didn't take him to the doctor and his willy spontaneously combusted too.
It ended up looking like a Cheeto by the end of things.
D-I-S.
And these poor schmucks weren't paid for their efforts, which, you know, they were supposed to be.
A-S-T-E-R. Is 5.
Wait a minute. That's not how
1
math
plus
works.
1 equals drink?
2 plus 2 equals 5, Dan. We've always been at war with Eurasia.
2 plus 2 equals drink, apparently. I'm going to go to the bar.
2 plus 2
So
equals
this guy,
fun.
he's a medical... Ooh, we're getting a recreation of actual case history again. I love these.
Oh, nice.
What was she wearing?
Somebody
That
tranquilized her?
specific stupid-ass hat.
I love that hat. She never takes it off either.
Yeah. Now, do you like the fake
Sleeps in it.
eyelashes?
Oh,
A nice touch.
Yes.
oh, give me some acid
She
right
actually
now.
keeps a small nest of birds in there.
Why is her partner there, like, wearing a sleep cap?
Because she's just woke up from night-night.
That's where she's got all the
okay.
drugs hidden. This is still part of the drug smuggling bit. It's all in that fucking hat.
I could see that.
Apparently, she never knew what happened.
Well,
Because
Just
she
that
died.
stupid.
she dead, that's why.
She plowed through a bus loading zone.
She landed for the bus, it was really bad.
Oh god, she
She
killed
killed
a
the
small,
girls.
bald, white
She
person.
killed a she killed a bench.
That bench was just like a bench to me.
Knocked it right. She knocked the bench right off its hind legs, and she hit a trolley too. Oh, the humanity!
When did you turn into
well, now
Gordy
we're-
from Freddy Got Fingered?
I was gonna say, this is just disaster porn.
The blood it oozed. It was beautiful. I took
I
pictures.
did a sketch. Look at my drawings.
pictures.
Look at my drawings.
I took pictures of all. I took pictures of everything. Everything.
I managed
Everything.
to save her hat,
Everything.
even though I didn't manage to save her.
He's hoping for an echo effect, but it's not coming off. Everything. 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 Everything.
See, now, how did they know what she did before she got in that accident, though, if she died?
We know all.
Have you ever heard about Ernest Hemingway?
True, very true.
For sale, baby shoes, always worn.
Okay, so if you learn nothing else from this, don't wear flower hats out while driving.
I mean, so far, all this has really taught me is that I really, really need to get on some drugs, because this looks like a really good time.
Yeah,
Just don't
totally.
drive. That's the only thing I've learned.
Don't even take a paracetamol. If you got a headache, just fucking live with it.
Exactly. Use a mallet on your head to make the headache worse. That way you know what to expect.
How well you react in these fractions of time is up to you.
But be careful, because if you don't react well enough, a train will fucking kill you.
Exactly. No matter where you are.
It's coming like a ghost train.
Okay, so she's doing the drugs, the booze, and the cigarettes. Oh, Dr. Dexter Weed. That's awesome.
Get me Dr. Weed, I have a drugs query.
Paging Dr. LSD. Okay, so is he really tall or is she really short?
Is he friends with Dr. Green from?
It's one of those optical illusions. If you actually put them perfectly together, they're actually exactly the same height.
Dr. Weed, Dr. Weed, calling Dr. Weed,
Okay,
Dr. Weed, Dr. Weed, get up now, wake up now.
Couldn't do that in the pandemic.
Happy-a-you, happy-a-ya.
I can't say I'd want to do that either, regardless.
I really like her outfit.
Not so keen on the makeup, but yeah, the outfit's pretty sharp.
Others do so in highly feminized slacks.
Those aren't really highly feminized. They're just highly ugly.
He spat that out with such disgust. Highly feminized slacks.
Yeah. Well, in that guy's mind, he should be that the person should only be wearing skirts that go down past her ankles.
It's the way of the future. We have to keep the bloodline pure. I love this guy.
But girls have always had a lot more ways to express themselves through their hair.
Really?
I wish I could express myself through my hair.
Is this a real life version of that Harry Enfield sketch? Women, know your limits.
See, this goes to show you that men can't wear toupees, though.
They can wave it.
No, unfortunately. I mean, we've just come off watching Never Say Never Again, which featured the most blatant use of a toupee ever recorded in film history. So.
Never say never again. That's the song.
Oh wow, you remember that theme tune?
Never watch this film again. That's how the song goes.
If you take drugs, it will lead to fighting.
Yeah. I was gonna say these are the guys that want to do different things with their hair versus the guys that don't want to do different things with their hair.
It's the West Side Story sequel we never knew we needed.
Exactly. It's the imitation Jets versus the imitation Sharks.
The song gets tweaked slightly to coming to live in a hair ricker.
That poor girl will never be able to show her face in public again.
Oh man, she got caught in a freeze frame. Tough gig.
Yeah. And zoomed in on freeze frame, no doubt.
Oh, not a crash zoom. She may never recover from that.
I know. And they didn't reimburse her or anything for her pain and suffering.
Shocking.
It's terrible. It's absolutely atrocious. No seatbelts.
This is why we need to repeal the bill. I don't know what bill, but we got to repeal something.
We need to march on it right now, even if we don't know what it is.
Ben, get your famous placard writing abilities in. We need 3 placards written up to repeal something.
Those are just a few of the cool, groovy, cool.
The fact that he has to refer to them as cool or groovy means that they aren't very cool or groovy.
No. You may think drugs are cool, but you know what is cool? Reading.
You know what else is cool? Jesus.
You know what else is cool? The delicatessen counter.
Oh, yeah.
Next time you want to join, just get a bologna. It's meant to like.
Roll it up and fill it with oregano.
We've then suddenly started a new teen craze of people smoking rolls of ham with oregano poured inside them.
Hey, you know what? You can get some awesome smoked ham and you don't have to worry about it doing it any further.
Nice.
They're getting the fear.
She looks like she's having a really good time. I kind of want in on this.
Yeah. So is she freaking out over the moon, or what is she freaking out over? I'm really confused.
She just figured out the
somebody played a Led Zeppelin album.
She just figured out the moon's made of cheese and it's fucking her up.
Oh. I think it probably depends on the person whether it's insight or insanity. I mean, the front of this building is insane to me.
It's that guy again!
Oh, it's
Why
me.
does he keep showing up?
Surprise!
If you look as well, he's in the background there talking to that woman.
You can't escape me. I'm omniscient.
Here's the question
I
I
am
have.
everyone and no one, baby.
Here's the question I have. Why is it that like a brunette scientist, in this thing talking about kids, it's in every single one? Why is that? Is he the only one that can get to ratify their decisions? Honestly.
We just got that one woman who changed her mind. Have you seen this man?
Why is he holding a whole bunch of Buckeyes?
I thought it was grapes.
Very possibly. Buckeyes are more tasty.
This was one of the rejected clones of the other scientist. Didn't quite get the ears right.
Maybe that's the real tragedy of LSD, is that it keeps creating scientists that are thinking like they speak too much and they believe themselves to be well versed in the ways of LSD.
For a second, I thought you were going down the route of almost like an extro type scenario where when somebody does acid, one of these scientists just erupts from them and goes to join an anti-drugs group.
See, and that's so much better than what I had. I should just cut out my bit and just go with yours, because that was... I can't top that.
No.
I was going to say, you could say that one accepts a thing and then another one grows, like, from him.
And then they just sort of start, like, diversifying one after another. They just multiply. You don't see them anymore. That was because they got rid of them all in the 80s when they realised it was becoming a bit of a systemic problem.
Yeah. It actually became worse than the drug problem. The war on drugs became the war on LSD scientist clones.
Have you seen this man? You may have noticed him in your home, in your kitchen, or driving your car. Stop. He may try to dissuade you from taking illegal substances. Just say no.
In a very long-winded way.
It's like the Tingler. If you scream at him, he disappears.
Oh god, it's happening there too. She's turning into a version of herself.
Oh god. Quick, check to see what position your position is in.
Did we lose Ben?
Whoa.
I don't know, did we?
Those kids went in the fridge. Is that what?
They're dead now.
Is that what happens when
Lead
is that what happens when you take acid?
Yes, you become Indiana Jones in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh Jesus!
Ah, damn. So this little kid took LSD and she thinks that she can fly.
Well, why don't you take off from the ground?
What do they call guys with big ears? Is it jug ears?
Dance.
Well endowed, I think it was.
Ah. There's a flame. I'm gonna kiss it. Really?
Oh, it looks just like a flower.
Are you sure that that's what... That's not... How did you see a flower in the... Okay.
1 ounce of LSD makes...
Isn't that a Dragon Force song, Through the Flowers of the Flame?
Probably.
For the flowers of the flame.
For
For the flowers of the flame. I think that's what they call it, yeah.
An experienced chemist
Yes.
has no difficulty.
Oh great, this guy's making meth.
However, we have found that this amateur stuff contains many other substances, dangerous and often deadly.
Mainly urine.
The strength of this amateur stuff is...
It just looks like powdered sugar.
It may contain none, or 10,
Just put some on a donut and have a good time.
Oh yeah.
300, or maybe 3,000.
I do enjoy water on my sugar cubes.
We have produced convulsions of death in
Helps keep a nice, cool, refreshing taste to a nice, sweet brick.
spite of the risk.
Oh yeah.
The word was out. LSD was it. One pill and all unhappiness would vanish. The real meaning of existence would become quickly clear. Such nonsense. Parents
Such nonsense.
deprived of LSD
Fuck them.
Yes.
understand.
Fuck them
You see,
hard.
if you take LSD, you'll see that man.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He's the meaning of life.
They'll send... What, they're going to send 60s Mike Love to your house? That would be a terrible trip. Rocks up and wants to play Kokomo all hours of the day and night.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
Well, I don't have a problem with Kokomo particularly. It's just once you get to the 18th play of it, and he gets very upset if you tell him to play some of the other hits.
I don't have a problem with Kokomo apart from the fact that it's shit.
Shots fired. Right, okay, let's not get into a song war here. We're all friends. I'm sure music is a subjective field. Can we all please agree that Brian Wilson's rap Smart Girls is a bad
I
song?
bet that guy loves Mike Lovera, Beach Boys. I bet that's his jam.
Oh, wow, it's Jack Nicholson.
It's gonna
totally.
be a summer of love. Hey now, it's a love thing.
Oh, Rubber Soul.
to expand your mind. LSD stimulates creativity in the brain.
I like the sound of bells.
Expands
Wonder what's in his LP collection there in the background.
your thought process.
He had Rubber Soul.
Oh.
We gave a series of 50 tests to people before and after LSD.
None of them were applicable to taking LSD. We don't know why we did it.
We did it for a buzz.
My hair is just a helmet.
For a pure buzz, mate.
No more creative.
I think you'll find the results speak for themselves. That's right, there aren't any.
The one thing that the study showed us is that I am a sexy bastard and I deserve all the women.
He does have a magnificent mane.
He does, very much. Makes me think it's not quite real.
Yes. Let's give it a tug.
I'm not going near him. You go ahead.
He smells like Old Spice.
Anyone with hair like that generally does smell like Old Spice.
LSD is a really groovy way to find out more about the things around you.
LSD helps me understand the
She's just reading off cue cards.
LSD is
I got a rock.
is bad! Exclamation mark.
Is a way about finding out about yourself, about your own
It's good to see Paul Rudd in an early role.
Yeah, he looks the same now as he did then.
I bet he's stuck on
My
another
hand on this desk means business.
I bet
Why has he got pictures of my mum and dad fighting in the background?
He was ahead of his time. He's actually a Time Lord. That's Matt Smith after 800 years.
they just all look like bats to me. Maybe that says something about me. I don't know. Like if I did one of those things, it would be like bat, bat, bat. What's this one? Bat. This one? That's a bat.
I think it means you're supposed to become Batman.
What about this one?
There you go.
Does this remind you of anything? Bat. Does this remind you of anything? It's a bats. They're all bats.
While there are many things that we don't know about LSD, there are a few that we do know.
See, I can't trust his credibility because he's wearing a cord around his wrist instead of a watch.
Unpredictable. Who will have a bad experience?
I should really have kept a record of his name. I'd be interested to see what happened to him.
Some people have a bad experience the first
Oh, you could go back and watch this again if you absolutely positively wanted to.
LSD overdose. Ironically.
No, I'd rather not bother.
Probably, yeah.
insanity.
Turns out he renounced everything a year later and he's like now the head of Scientology or something.
He's Tom Cruise's keeper.
No, demons! Demons drink the Mountain Dew! We've got to stop him! We've got to stop him now!
This man in a white coat. Everywhere I looked, he was there. I closed my eyes, he was there.
One pill makes you larger.
I closed my eyes, he
Yeah,
was there.
it's Mr. Bean.
Everywhere I saw. So LSD is just really...
Mario's
When you
last name
rearrange
is
all the
Mario, and
letters.
Luigi's last name is Mario too.
When you take all my name and you rearrange all the letters, you get Coca-Cola. What is Coca-Cola? Well, if you paint it out into a shape, you get the pentagram. The pentagram is the Satan of the devil. The devil, you see, he's going to take us for drinking the Coca-Cola. We've got to stop him.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
New Coke is just old Coke rearranged.
Reference there for all you 2000s kids.
leave the war. Never be the same again. Have the same personality.
People say ATM machine, but really ATM machine is automatic teller machine.
My God, she's completely gone.
Have you seen Sting's hair? It's so weird. It's like got this blonde bit at the top and then it's spiky at the back. It doesn't make sense. Why doesn't Sting do his hair properly?
And in a turn, euphoric sequence.
That first step is a Lulu.
My God, it's taking him a while to fall.
Well, LSD does slow down time.
A second feels like a month.
Can we just gif that scream? Just that crash zoom scream. Can we just
They should have.
loop that, gif it, put it on You're the Man Now Dog, sort
They
of.
should have
I
ended
think
it.
that would be awesome.
They should have ended it right on that scream. That would have been such a disturbing way to finish it. No credits or anything.
But we need to stick around. We need to stick around so we can see the makeup of LSD so we can replicate it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
We can make your own LSD at home, kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's one for you chemistry fans out there. Break out your beakers because it's going to be a long night.
I want a home LSD trip for Christmas.
You're getting slacks.
No.
Need flour, water, tango,
How about a homemade meth kit?
milk.
Little Timmy runs down Christmas morning, opens up his present. It's a grow your own weed farm, and he's like, "Oh man."
Hello, it's me again. Did you miss me? Good.
People are struggling with who they are, what they want to become.
You know, I always talk about LSD, but I never get to talk about LS me.
He didn't pop up in the Alice one. That was quite sad. I missed him there.
Yeah, no doubt. Maybe he was actually the Cheshire Cat.
I was just thinking that.
I could see it.
Hello, Alice. It's me. How you doing? So,
have you considered taking any of these drugs? Good, don't.
A drug whose effects are so unpredictable. A drug which so often causes...
LSD is like me, unpredictable.
did he?
Cool. I want one of those rotary things.
Did he finance this release of all these
That's
films?
HIPAA violations right there. If he's showing off all the people's information.
That's no wonder he probably didn't turn up after 1972. He had his license revoked.
This is a bit of a PSA cliche, isn't it? This metaphor, the Russian roulette.
You spin the barrel with the one bullet in it.
Even though you know it's probably safe, why take the risk?
Exactly.
Because it's a laugh, mate. Have you not seen The Deer Hunter? It's buzzing.
Maybe an exciting and harmless...
Oh God, you just reminded me. We had an advert over here in the UK in the 90s and 2000s where they recreated the scene of The Deer Hunter.
I know which one you mean.
But they did it with a chocolate brand called Revels, which is basically like the light. What's the best way to describe them? They're like M&Ms, but without the candy shell.
Oh, like Smarties.
Like they have, yeah, but they've got a variety. So you have coffee, toffee, peanut, like a fudge,
Goffy, Muffy.
Yeah. And they recreated it, but the idea was they'd pull a Revel out of the bag, try it, guess what it was, and if they got it right, they lived.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I remember that advert.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
Oh dear God.
Hey, they got the coming attractions sign up. That's good.
All right. This makes me just want to go to a disco and do LSD. Really. Ah, Roy Norman. What a man.
Good old Roy.
Oh yeah.
No longer with us, sadly. Horrific accident, that.
Lead singer of Stains.
Other than the physicians, all others were actors.
Film is over. Okay, so we got a bus going to Belfast. That's always nice.
I like your little sync directions there. That was cool.
Now there's an eye in the background. It's watching us.
Why is the film so manky? Why could they not get Criterion in to come and sort it out?
Because it's a drug PSA.
I love that they managed to get all of the lovely lighting in the background, and then they just couldn't be bothered to light the foreground.
You are looking at a traveler who just bought a ticket.
They had the budget for one torch. That was it.
Flashlight.
I feel like we're watching some kind of weird musical. Like, this is a man who needs to do things walking to a door.
Whoa, did you see that? Someone gobbed on the film.
It was the Absinthe Fairy.
Someone put a bogey on it.
It was Norman J. Warren who was left in charge of looking after this print.
Okay, since when do pill bottles come that small?
Since when are Tic Tacs illegal?
Ah, no, you see, they're mistaking it. It's not a small bottle. He's actually 20 foot tall. He's actually drinking out of a water
such a
barrel.
big glass? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Has he got a hot date tonight?
Yeah, his eyebrows can kill a man at 20 paces.
A hot date with a dame?
Holy shit, he started smoking!
Uh-oh.
All of a sudden he bursts into flame.
This film's too hot to handle, ladies and gents.
Sir, he's gone from suck to blur!
LSD 25. The sequel no one asked for.
So we're watching The Tingler?
The LSD is loose in the theatre. Scream! Scream for your lives!
I prefer LSD 1 through 24 myself. Those were the... I think after 25, the studio interference went in, sort of started to lose its way. They tried to introduce more generic elements. It just didn't work.
I don't think anybody really recovered from the fact that when they were shooting LSD 24, the filmmakers got upset with the studios and put all of the prints in the back of their car and then drove off.
That would explain the quality of the prints. Wow, look at how much he's gone downhill since taking LSD 25. I mean, his hair is slightly less parted.
This is my favourite episode of The Twilight Zone.
Well, this just parts my hair. Look at
Look at how unfocused his beard is.
Oh, now
Ooh, tie-dye.
Now we're getting into it. Now the fear's coming.
Oh, good lord.
Those are just typical wallpaper prints from the 70s.
Now that's what I call hallucinogenic nightmare 25.
Hey Ben, it's you and me.
I was gonna say, it looks like my postman.
I feel like you're gonna say, "Hey Ben, there's you," about 25 times. That's why over the course of
and
this.
there's me.
You don't look.
Hey guys, there's me.
You don't look like a smackhead John Hurt.
So
I'll have you know, Smackhead John Hurt was my stage name.
I want her glasses.
yeah, those are cool. Now, can you see other dimensions through those, or are they just like very, very bifocals?
They let you see everyone completely naked. Like completely naked.
They're square because society's full of squares, man. That's why they have those glasses.
Yeah, that's fair.
Another thing.
Oh, hey, it's John Hurt.
Another thing LSD does is it daubs you completely in darkness permanently. That's one of the
Yes.
the less spoken about
Unexpected
effects.
side effect.
Yeah.
All of the filmmakers involved in this production took acid and as a result could not be asked to light this film.
Hey, look, that bench is stoned.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Their brains are wrecked. They go into institutions.
LSD makes you annoying as fuck?
Well, I don't
Just go
know
into your local
about...
pharmacy. Hello, I would like some lysergic acid, please.
Certainly, sir. Would you like some vodka with that?
By all means. And can I have my usual supply of cocaine, please? The missus does have a migraine.
Damn it, I'm all for coke. I'm all for cigarettes and booze, but I will not stand for LSD. That shit fucks you up.
I still say that we all lost out, really, by not being born in the cocaine and dildos medication era.
I've had this conversation with you before, Dan, but I can imagine you on LSD, and it's fucking hilarious. You would be so funny, so annoying, like very, very annoying, like unbearably annoying, but funny. Like, please get out of my house, Dan. Stop talking and annoying, but funny still.
You know what? I'm not sure I believe that these are actual publications.
What are you talking about?
LSD in the Locker Room, my favourite erotic fiction.
Ooh, In Cold Blood. Now that was a romantic comedy I could get behind.
I'm looking at all the 60s books on the shelf. Those are more interesting than LSD, How Can We Fight It, or whatever it's called.
LSD, Skull.
So this disembodied voice in the background, is that meant to be like the actual drug LSD, like a manifestation of it talking, or... Oh, it's Manos the Hands of Fate!
Yeah. Hey! The master would not approve of you taking LSD.
I was gonna say, it kind of reminds me of Ernest Borgnine in The Devil's Reign.
Yes. Yes.
You know, these guys never must have worn contacts because you never touch your eye. You know, they're just unsanitary.
Yeah, it's an odd one.
Man monster runs amok. Destroys entire city.
Look at the size of his hand. What is this film? What is wrong with this film and people's perspectives being well out? That bloke could pick a car up in one hand.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, we already saw the other guy be very, very large before, so it's just a combination of that.
Well, it's different.
LSD took my face. I want it back.
Oh, God. That's good.
Not easy to describe.
I will now go on to describe it.
No, I'm not easy to describe.
I don't know, I think we said this in the last one, but whenever I see these, it just makes it look like it's a lot of fun.
You know, I love back in the 60s when you could, like, have a bunch of sciencey type stuff and have absolutely no purpose for it, and it still gets the point across that I am sciencey.
I will say, I think that Bill Bailey had it right in his routine when he said that LSD was like, has this mythology about it, like, oh, you go to the land of the pixies and it's all psychedelic, and it's not. It's just, you see, like he did, where nothing happens for 4 hours, and then you see someone sit in a certain way, and you go, well, that's very interesting how her knee goes on top of her other knee, like this, like a certain angle, like this, like that, how her knee's on top, for hours and hours and hours and hours, forever, the end.
In fact, I'm a kind of a
Very dull, from the sounds of it.
It's not, it's just not dull, it's just That. Oh. So again, is this?
Now I gotta pee.
What's this voice meant to be like? Is this actually like the drug as the narrator?
Yeah, so this is supposed to be the disembodied voice of LSD itself.
Because it keeps saying like, one of my drops and you'll never be the same. Rah.
I love the fact that he's doing his best W.C. Fields impression as done by Mark Prush.
You know, if this is the voice of LSD, I'm really not interested to try LSD.
No.
Yeah, this is what
Give
happens.
me good wholesome stuff like heroin.
George Washington was on it. Everyone knows that.
George Washington was in on the acid smugglers. Now we have proof.
Well, they reckon George Washington
Yes,
was
exactly.
into. They reckon George Washington was into weed. That's the popular.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the popular conspiracy. Probably true. Like most things.
I can imagine he seemed relatively chill apart from all that tree chopping business, you know.
And the wooden teeth, which weren't actually wooden.
Yeah, you know.
What was it?
Maybe he wasn't that chill.
Oh, that looks fun.
First they took our kids.
Do it on chocolate and then we'll talk.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
They made a head out of pastrami.
That's what acid does to your kids. It cuts your head right fucking in half.
Makes you look like corned beef.
That guy's got a weird medulla oblongata.
Oh, I thought it was quite acute, really.
Hey, they're having a dance party inside. I want a dance party inside.
Incense and peppermint's color of time. Who cares?
This is my kind of
what
happening
games
and
we
it
choose?
freaks me out.
Little twin.
You put the lime in the coconut and shake them both up. You put the lime in the coconut.
Hey, Macarena.
What would you do if I sang out of tune?
I feel like we're just singing anything now, apro of any relevance or meaning to the visuals. Hey, I said hey, what's going on?
Stop!
Whoa.
Oh. Guys, I'm starting to feel sick.
Always open. Speaking of which,
how did they know I was always open?
you know what? You're right. This is making LSD sound terrific. It really is. When you consider as well that the dosage in the 60s was 10 times the strength of the dosage it is now, then you know it was probably amazing.
I mean, this looks fun. I could quite happily take some of this and just sit and just look at pretty colours for a few hours.
We're about to see Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro drive through in a Hawaiian shirt. He's just celebrated his trial victory. Yeah, I'm making it topical.
Yeah.
Dude, this makes driving sound like so much fun.
I just want to do a lot of LSD and just do random house activities. I think this could be good. This could be good.
Are you talking about like vacuuming and dishes, or what kind of activities are we talking
I
about?
don't know, like maybe like organising things.
Dan doesn't do
or
stuff.
Just going into the garden.
Dan doesn't do stuff. His staff do it for him.
They don't think I'm physically.
Now, does
clean.
if Dan will Dan end up in his own garden or some poor neighbor?
Cleaners do it for him.
Rumours of my tremendous wealth have often been over-exaggerated.
Dan's loaded.
Well, as long as they're consistent.
Yeah. Oh, it just reminded me. I looked up after the end of part 1. I went and chased up our good friend, the scientist. You know, the one who turned up in like every single one of the last set.
Oh yeah, what was his name?
I've forgotten his name again. That was how memorable he was.
Jeff.
He's dead. So that's the end of that.
Yay! Well, I for one, am glad.
Same. And they can't slander the dead, so I'm going to say he was highly inaccurate anyway. But yeah, no, basically, he apparently was like a university lecturer. He just sort of worked at a local university in their science department, and he died about, I think it was 10 years ago.
Let's just say his name was Craig.
Yeah, we'll say his name was Craig David.
Craig the scientist.
Craig the scientist David.
Dr. Craig.
Dr. Craig the scientist David.
Craig MDE.
Dr. Craig MDE the scientist
Craig
David.
OBE MDE OPP
Doc- Dr. Craig, OBE, OPP, KFC, the scientist, David.
PMS.
Dr. Craig, OBE,
I think,
PP,
Dan.
SME.
I think Triv might have. I think Triv might have dropped out.
Oh no, Triv has fallen away. Is she back?
Guys, sorry about that.
You should be.
No trouble. you took some LSD. That's what happened.
Apparently I did. I'm really sorry about that.
Dan said it's fine. At the same time, I went, "How dare you?" Disgraceful. It's a one-strike system with us. We were saying acronyms mainly. That was all you missed.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
It's okay. I'm going to have a gremlin bar. This is the Comedy Down experience. I'm drinking water and I'm going to enjoy a gremlin bar, courtesy of Triv, who very kindly sent it all the way from her hometown. So thank you.
What is a?
You're welcome.
What is a gremlin bar, and how can I acquire one?
It's the most delicious thing you'll ever put between your lips, Ben, and I'm not talking about my penis.
Well, that's got some competition though, hasn't it? How would you Let's pretend we're doing a drug PSA on the gremlin bar. So what happens when you eat a gremlin bar? What are the horrible side effects?
Within the first bite of the gremlin bar, thousands of taste receptors become alive, and your eyes witness colours you will never experience before. The following 6-hour trip that follows will purely change your personality forever.
6
There
hours?
is no returning from
That it?
one bite of the gremlin bar.
Gremlin 25?
Gremlin 25.
I think it's more like a Gremlin 30 or 32 ounce, not 32 ounce. I don't know, something like that. No, I can certainly.
They're 1.8 ounces or 51 grams.
I remember meeting someone once who claims he could have given me LSD 75.
Jesus.
Yeah, it just turned out to be DMT in the end. So
well, Ben, what I can do is because Dan and I have a running line back and forth between us, I can make sure and send a couple of extra gremlin bars along with your name on them. That way you get them and Dan doesn't.
Okay, I'll send you some.
Delicious. They're basically like they're ultra rich chocolate bars filled with caramel, peanuts, almonds, like hazelnuts. It's just a very rich but gorgeous experience.
I'll send you some Kinder eggs in return.
Sounds like a plan.
Kinder.
That's if my current package ever fucking arrives over there. Jesus.
Ooh, Kinder chocodoobie.
Oh no, Ben has taken LSD 26.
Me unscrubbly.
He's now in the Mos Eisley Cantina.
Me scrubble now. Gobble.
He believes he's become part Kinder Egg.
Oh no.
Oh,
Let's crack him open and see what's inside.
You don't want to know where he's keeping the toy.
They are not having a good time. He doesn't look like he takes LSD regularly. Look at his hair. Whoa. Oh, he is not having a good time.
I think that someone just ripped him open, but they're saying, oh, it was LSD. It's like, no, it's the fact that you ripped open your kidneys and you're now bleeding out or something.
Well, you know what the problem is?
Tombstones, baby.
Jesus Christ. You know the problem is they're not setting the scene. Play some just play some, play some Jefferson Airplane, you'll be fine.
He tried some of that undercooked chicken, and he thought it would be awesome because that is the latest trend.
Whoa, what the fuck? This is turning into
That's a heart, I think.
Exorcist 2, where you see the hearts beating.
There you go.
I think one of the worst places to do drugs would be in one of these LSD public information films, because every time they do it, they always have a bad time.
They don't need to inject him.
It seems like it.
They don't need to give him an injection. You know what you do? What, are they putting him down? Is he a dog? You know what they do, right? You give him orange juice. That's all it takes.
Oh, nice.
If someone's having a bad trip and you need to bring them down, orange juice, put some sugar in it, boom, done. That's for some reason, I don't know how and why, but that just somehow immediately stops the trip. I don't know how, why, it just does.
This has been Ben with medical. This has been Benical Tips with Men.
I like that. I'm gonna start a podcast called The Benical, where I give people advice on how to take illegal substances.
Nice. Hey, it could be good.
You're listening to the
I love the
Medical.
idea that somebody's having a bad trip and has put this on to try and find out how to get off the trip, and 2 hours and 19 minutes into the recording, they're just like, orange juice, yes!
You strike me as the kind of person, Dan, who, if you were having a bad trip, you would listen to videos of your own voice.
It makes as much sense as anything, I think.
Well, Dan's quite rich, you
so
see,
calming.
so he can afford to. He gets his staff to do it for him, you see.
That does help.
Gets the matron to do it for
The
him.
only rich thing here is the delicious Betty Jane Gremlin bar.
Yay.
His matron's currently feeding him the bar as we speak.
Your Gremlin bars are amazing. Please sponsor the show.
The Gremlin bars are on me. The Gremlin.
You know,
kid.
funny thing is, the people that run the Betty Jane company, they also own a funeral home. So, like, you could, in theory, get a life-size casket full of gremlins if you wanted to.
Just like the pharaohs.
Exactly.
I'm sold.
Just like the Pharaohs. Oh dear. These people are such buzzkills. Just fucking
kind
take
of
it.
are.
Just fucking take it. Shut up.
It's the lighting that makes them that big a buzzkill.
That's what I was told when I first did all that. A la Dennis Hopper and Easy Rider. So I'll just shut the fuck up and take it. Wiser words were never spoken, let me tell you. By any individual wearing a cowboy hat.
Dude, don't take away her tube, but the tube is fun.
That tube was just like a tube to me.
Exactly. I could look through it like a telescope and wear it on my arm like a cast.
If
You
somebody gave me a
bastards.
poster, I could roll it up and put it inside it for safekeeping. You let the nun
I
in.
could make it into a fancy hat.
If she was tripping, she'd probably be looking through that tube for about 4 hours going, whoa, it's amazing because the world looks like it's like a circle, but it's not. Whoa. Oh my god, the world is a circle. Maybe I'm a circle because I'm in the world.
The flat earthers lied to me.
And then she goes, oh fuck, I'm hungry.
I'm gonna eat my hair.
Someone ring KFC immediately.
Looks like he came down here, took acid, got confused, ate his hands, and then shot himself.
Oh shit!
Wow! He really did.
Those certainly are beds.
You know what? They did surgery differently back in the day.
I'll tell you what, those slabs look very comfortable. Wouldn't mind taking a few
Well, I
hours
mean,
just to
you
lie
could-
down there myself.
I mean, you could lay down and not have to worry about getting up to pee because, you know, you got the sinks there at the end.
I'm only seeing positives. It looks cool as well.
They should have got Donald Pleasance to do
Well,
this voiceover. That would have been better.
I agree.
I am the spirit of dark and lonely groove, ready to trap the uncool.
The Echo is doing nothing for me.
No. Well, it was the late 60s, early 70s. Pleasance was literally doing anything. He was in Puma Man around this time, so... You know,
Hey,
we
don't
learned
be
a bit of
dissing on the
vocal.
Puma Man. He could fly like a moron.
I wanna fly like a moron to the sea. Fly like a moron. Let my spirit carry me. I wanna fly. Oh yeah. That Seal's in the room. Like he's in the room, Dan. Can you hear him? Fly right.
Mr. Seal, I'm a huge fan of your work. What is your favourite song, Mr. Seal, that you have
Hello,
sung?
my name's Seal. I'm quite fond of Crazy. I like the Kiss from a Rose from Batman. That was a pretty
That's
good one,
good.
wasn't it? Yeah. I like my cover of Fly Like an Eagle, which I did for the Space Jam brackets 1997 close brackets soundtrack.
We're back on the Satanists again.
Back to Manos.
No, I think that was everything. Hey, would you stop touching the eye? Do you have clean hands? If your hands are not clean, even if you're a Satanist, cleanliness is next to Satanists.
For the 5th time, no, I don't have clean hands.
Didn't you guys get the memo? Mask, safe, space.
These are very,
Even then.
very COVID-centric hippies. I like it.
Yes.
Very respectful of the pandemic.
I mean, look at how dirty his hands are. He can leave like fingerprints and shit.
Of course they're dirty.
Yeah.
He's a dirty, smelly hippie.
When did all of these people become Pigpen from the Peanuts cartoons?
Look,
Oh, they were always Pigpen.
Look, he's just come back.
They're just making light of them.
He's just come back from murdering Sharon Tate. He's got a lot on his plate, all right.
Ooh, look, modern art. Nice.
Is that Christopher Eccleston in the backseat?
Quite possibly.
I was watching that before. That's all I have to say about that. I think that advert's hilarious, personally. What a tragic, tragic waste! What a tragic waste of a decent mower.
Why are you strobing this poor chick?
I was going to say none of this is for any LSD experimentation. They just wanted to do it to annoy her.
Oh, absolutely. Don't look at the light! Don't look at the light!
Oh, no dials.
Now don't look at the... Like 90% of the dials do nothing.
This print is on its last fucking arse, isn't it?
That chart is so strong it's actually ruining the film it's being printed on. That is amazing.
Yeah, she's got decent eyelashes.
If you actually lick the original film print that this was on, you will get a contact high.
What is the point of this light thing? Is she being hypnotised? What's going on? What does that do?
It's capturing her soul.
Well, see, these are the what is it, MK Ultra experiments, but they're saying these aren't MK Ultra experiments, even though that's what they are.
Well, they did use LSD in the MK Ultra experiments.
Yeah, I remember reading about that. They did an interview with a woman on one of Adam Curtis's docs about it.
Do you know what's funny is that these CIA agents were given like all this like mountains worth of LSD as a supply to like test it on these hippies, and they took half of it themselves.
Well, you got to know the effects on yourself before you can see the effects on others.
They just get this massive shipment of drugs and then be like, "Shall we just have a laugh this weekend? Come on, lads, let's get stuck in."
One for you, two for me. One for you, two for me.
Millions of dollars on a secret taxpayer-funded mind control experiment, and they're just fucking about. Kind of like that. They'd like spike each other with it. Yeah.
How come my work can't do that?
Can't do what?
Because your work isn't the government. You have Betty Jane's. Do you need anything else?
Well, I'm already on the way of the trip. I've just finished my gremlin bar, so give it half an hour for it to kick in, and I'll be seeing colours, mate.
Woohoo! Well, considering that this movie is basically black and white, that's not saying much. I hope we all see some colours.
I'd quite like to have been on MK Ultra. It sounds like a laugh.
Yeah. You know, you'd always be a bit wary about what your code word was, but...
Code word is underpants.
Yeah. Sounds mint. Where do I sign up?
You're just sort of cleaning dishes someday and somebody says, "The Cubs win the Super Bowl. Must kill Reagan. Must kill Reagan."
No, I think you're thinking of Manchurian Candidate.
Yes.
Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy, and I feel like loving you. Listen to it, it's the same intro. Love is such a sweet thing, such a hella me thing. Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say we were lacking a guy in a coat.
No, I'm sorry, seriously, go on.
We were lacking a guy in a white coat.
Egg spices.
This song was called Round Round and was used with gracious permission by Jonathan King.
Whoa!
God damn you, Jonathan King.
Jonathan King.
You fucking bastard.
Jonathan the Pedo King.
Yes.
Probably.
Wow.
Ooh, 67. So by the San Mateo Union High School. Man, they were good back then.
I want to go to San Mateo.
Jonathan, former poster on Cooked and Bombed King.
Yes,
oh,
sure.
Hey.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Dude, how did they know how my head operates? Like, I literally have little stars going all the time.
Learns gremlin bars are delicious.
Jesus Christ. You're addicted, aren't you?
What are we looking at?
I think it's my will to live.
Your will to live looks like an upside down exclamation point?
Pretty much. I'm not gonna go any deeper than that. I'll let you guys at home analyse that factor. But...
Is that meant to be like the workings of the human brain? Is that what this is all about?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Doctor!
Ah, the doctor section of my brain.
Scientist!
The truck driver section of my brain. Is that the part of my brain that likes red Sovine? The bum side of my brain.
The bum side of your brain just appreciates, beautiful asses, really.
I love the fact that the brain has a dedicated bum section.
Well, that's how you get an ass man.
Emotions?
This kid, total ass man.
So you have emotions, memories, feeling, empathy, and bum!
Oh no, I just got broke up with. Send it to the arse section.
I don't see any asses, teacher. I still don't see any asses.
You must be more introspective, and the arse will come to you.
As she goes to, you see on her wall just a whole bunch of shots of asses.
Occasionally broken up with the occasional truck driver photo from the truck driver section of her brain as well.
Can someone put this film in the wash or something? It looks filthy.
Then I'll have you know this was a 4K transfer.
What beautiful
lovingly handled by AGFA.
What beautiful handwriting for an 11-year-old.
Why are there fish on the wall?
The 2 fish portraits hung above the fireplace really tie the room together.
Oh, 100%. So does that lovely couch. It's been a rough day. I'm gonna just guzzle these.
I'm gonna release my inner arse.
That's so black. What is it? It's just pure
tar.
It's melted Guinness.
It's pure tar and asbestos, the greatest cocktail known to man.
It's Guinness that's been left out in the sun, or as I call it, Mountain Dew.
It's definitely not Murphy's though. She's like 27 years old. How is she unsupervised?
She's 36. She's in the
I'm
government.
gonna call Domino's and order all the pizza I want.
That's right.
Are we not watching Reefer?
Oh, it's great to see Elvis in an early role.
So this is what led to Footloose. There's a barbitulate. There's a barbastard. We got a couple more barbitches over there.
Hey guys, come and check out my salmon paintings.
Taste the rainbow.
His haircut's giving me a bad trip.
I don't blame you there. Oh my gosh, you can see her shoulders.
Oh,
God
good lord.
damn.
Kill her.
Somebody get the Hays Code in here right now.
Burn the bitch.
You can always blame gingers for everything, and they're all gingers.
Fuck gingers. All gingers. All gingers deserve to die. Isn't that right, Dan?
You're all mean.
Yes.
All gingers deserve to die, along with their staff. Along with their butler.
All right, Dr. Bengler.
along with their cars.
Oh no, somebody is disrupting the arse section.
I was gonna say, this is starting to make me motion sick, guys.
Too much bum.
You know what? This also happens during sex, during sleep.
Or not enough bum.
You know,
panic
while
attacks.
you're eating a really delicious candy bar.
Being told good news, being told bad news.
Being told news.
Breathing. Yeah.
But cigarettes.
Oh my god, I had half.
But cigarettes
I had
are
half
fine.
a Marlboro and I'm off my tits.
Yeah, but cigarettes are fine.
Whoa.
They're fine. They're fine.
Yeah.
Cigarettes are fine. This is before cigarettes gave you cancer.
See, are they talking about like the pills, or are they talking about the water used to put down the pills? Because you could say that the water is the thing that makes it bad.
That is a good point.
My God,
that is a good point.
Look at this mess.
Oh no, the lampshade is at a slight angle. The room is in turmoil.
The couch is slightly askew from where it was previously.
The couch is just happy to have 2 butts on it.
That's the most unsubtle spiking I've ever seen.
Can't really call it even subtle, really.
And I've spiked Dan's drink several times.
Why did that feel like a precursor to Reefer Madness?
It does have Reefer Madness vibes. Yeah.
It does.
Because
You might as well have just said, I'm going to put something in your drink now.
I feel like a lot of the ones that we've watched so far in this little collection, they're all like very scientific, aren't they? They're very formal. Apart from that weird one last time where it was like do you remember it was like the Terry Gilliam Alice in Wonderland type animation? Remember that one?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that one. That one was good. I don't like this one.
Oh my god,
This one is bad.
smoking weed makes you have weird earrings.
The
Shit.
devil's weed.
These are all the Doritos I've ever eaten.
Look out for triangles. You don't want triangles inside you.
Speak for yourself.
Dan, did you forget to clean your brain again? My god, man. Have some pride.
She's been brainwashed by those devil drugs, turning her into a deviant art. The art of
So,
deviancy.
he ingested soap? Is that what causes brainwashing?
He ingested bath salts, and he just starts ripping people's faces off.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Everyone quick, protect the butt section.
It's called the bum section, Dan. Jesus Christ, I thought you were a scientist, Dan. Do your staff not teach you anything?
I only claim to be a scientist for medicinal purposes.
Oh my god, we're so high. Oh no.
Nice car.
And your sexual urges will become very weird very quick. You will be attracted to this jackass.
Sounds great. You'll be attracted to his car. Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? Oh no, that's Dr. Pepper. Which one's Coca-Cola? Oh yeah,
It's Catch the Wave.
Catch the Coca-Cola. Best things come to those who wait. That's Coca-Cola, right?
Where's... yeah, it was... Where's the beef? Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, test drive one today.
It was clap on, clap off, Coca-Cola.
Glad you guys remember that, because I'm not familiar.
This is back when Coca-Cola would actually had real sugar in it, so it could probably kill you more likely than fucking a bit of grass would. if I had to
Very
guess.
true.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at her pants.
Wow.
It goes up to her boobs.
I was just wondering, they look like peppermint stripes. I'm gonna have to go buy a box of those at some point.
She's one of those easy girls. One of those girls that
Or is he one of those easy guys?
I hear she smoked half a cigarette once.
One of those girls. One of those girls that Dan knows. Dan gets his staff to go out and find these kind of girls.
I just say, bring them to me, and they know immediately what I'm on about.
They bring him to him in his mansion.
It's only partially on fire.
Ooh, the rear entrance. I mean, grrr. And they were able to track down the guy, like the pusher, by looking at the ass marks on the seat. They identified it by that.
I love the idea that the police have dedicated buttologists.
Yeah, exactly.
If we look at their bum, we can clearly see that it is this man.
Oh no! They found my very, very pink Cadillac.
Whoa.
Her powers of drugs allowed her to escape the cops? Holy shit.
Wow. You heard it here first, viewers. If you want to evade police capture during the upcoming riots, just do a load of drugs. Sorted.
Well, that just pulls up my pants.
I want a can of Chew Bros.
He found him with some pox, what they called, those Japanese snacks that look like fags. Cigs.
Oh, Pocky.
Pocky.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
Oh no! They're chilling at the rear entrance.
So Pocky's bad for you now? Come on, you buzzkills.
Great. Just walked into a deleted scene from Goodfellas from the
I'm
look
just
of it.
here getting high with the cast of Happy Days. That's Al there.
Oh, dude. You know, given how warm it's been, you definitely don't want to stuff drugs down your bra because no one will accept it. It's like boob money. You don't want it.
I mean, I probably still would.
I will accept it.
No, believe me, you really don't want boob money. That shit stinks, and it's wet, and it's nasty.
Triv speaking from experience there, evidently.
It's like, I've had to take boob money before when I was a cashier, and yeah, no.
Is that what they do in that America? You're all just giving each other money out of your bosoms.
Yes, there are people that do that because they don't want to carry purses. And then you see them, like, reach down their shirt and, like, they're up to their elbow and they still haven't reached the money yet. And it's like, oh, dude, that's probably, like, covered in fungus. I really don't want that.
That's disgusting. Ooh. I think we should take their voting rights away just for doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, you can piss off, you great bloody prude.
SCOTUS get on it 5-4 by the end of the week.
You can sit on.
I didn't
you
write
can sit on that dildo and spin.
Dan's staff wrote that. They told me to say it.
Yeah, bullshit.
Dan's matron came up and she said, "Say this, Lord Bostock. Say this." This will get them going.
First they came for the boob sweat money, and I said nothing because I am not a boob sweat money. Then they came for the sock money, but I didn't speak up because I am not sock money.
They're called tits, Dan, and everyone has them.
Are you G-string money, though? Therein lies the question.
It depends on whether the note goes flat across the string or whether it's curled up and kind of wedged in.
Is it a front or back kind of a thing, or...?
Pretty much, you know. Like, I imagine that if it was on the back, it'd just be a bit like a money clip.
Like a G-sharp string.
Okay.
Or a G-minor string.
I mean, the biggest thing is not asking for change, because you don't want to know where she keeps the change.
Well,
it's quite bizarre, actually.
The other forbidden place that is on ladies? That's right, the knees.
Back of the knee money must be gross. You don't realise how clammy it is. Yeah.
She seems fine.
Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah, whatever.
As long as she doesn't lick that, she's okay.
I love the fact that, like, drugged out 60s people were basically akin to perfectly okay 90s kids.
Yeah, basically.
How many 90s kids did you see dressed like that?
Then we lived in the West Midlands. Most people dressed like it was the 1960s.
What do you mean we? You lived in the West Midlands.
You lived in Manchester. Crazy kooky fun times.
Yeah. Oh, Dan,
right.
Are you gonna? You don't like saying where you're from? Are you gonna beat that now? What you just said?
No, I'm okay with saying that I'm from the West Midlands because Triv's from the Midwest and I'm from the West Midlands, so we kind of just like it's like two sides of the same coin.
Basically, yeah.
They're getting into the harder stuff now. A gateway. See, that's what the devil weed. It's a gateway drug. It's a gateway to harder stuff, like Gremlin bars,
they're up to Tic
Dr.
Tacs.
Pepper.
Oh no.
Fruit Tango. You name it.
Oh no.
Cream eggs.
Kinder eggs. Oh, chakadoodle.
Yes.
No.
Yes, cuddly.
Dude, you're wasting some on your finger.
He's on a 60-a-day squashy habit, and we just can't get rid of them.
Ah, damn it. You're calling me out on my squashy habit? I'm kind of upset.
Hey, you hooked me up with Gremlins. You were the one who got me hooked on the devil's chocolate.
Well, that just bags
You're
my
right.
eyes. Whoa.
Why is it everyone is so freaking sweaty?
Because they're all on drugs,
even
man.
the non-drug...
Because they're all on drugs,
Not
man.
even the...
Sweaty drugs.
Even the non-drug people, though, look like terrible. Like, I don't want to be any of them.
Yeah, they all look very ill.
Yeah.
These are my mates. What are you on about? Don't be insulting them.
Are they your stuff?
Yeah. It's like all my... This is like all my friends from 1999 to 2010.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Now here's my question. This is more of a tutorial than anything. Like, they're like, okay, so you put the cotton down, and then you do this, and then, okay, you want to make sure that you've got the arm figured really well, and then, okay, so you want to shoot it directly into your eyes.
This is like
awesome.
This is like Requiem for a Dream for the 60s, this.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Just making notes. When you're choosing an injection rag, I personally like to go for one that's a bit oily.
I've admittedly not hung out with many junkies, but I don't know if they like smile that gleamingly when they're shooting up.
It was the 60s. Everybody smiled that gleamingly.
Fucking heroin, let's go, man. Yeah, this is great.
They had to compensate for the giant sticks up their asses, so they had to smile all the time.
Yeah.
This is so great.
I am loving this heroin life.
This is fantastic.
I want to see an 80-year-old doing this shit, like, backwards cap and like totally gangstered out.
It's almost like Train Spotting in a sense. That's what I like about the fact that in most films you see junkies as like these depraved, depressed figures, and it's like with these two, it's like, you know what, heroin, it's fantastic. It's just brilliant.
I mean, as her, I wonder if her is genetically predisposed to like be back in a ponytail, or what the deal is.
My favourite part is when I cease to feel. Yes. Which automatically rules her out of being a hippie, which means she can't really be a druggie.
They're still smiling away.
Right, she's a beatnik.
They're still
makeup's on point.
Take the best orgasm you've ever had. Multiply it by 1,000, you're still nowhere near it.
Right, you've got me set now. I really want to see a 60s adaptation of Trainspotting, but using the 60s sensibilities of censorship.
That'd be good.
So it's just like, it's all great all the way through.
Hey, if it's good enough for John Lennon.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the Get Back thing on Disney Plus, the Peter Jackson restoration. You can really see like the heroin ravaged eyes of John Lennon in full 4K detail. It's fantastic.
Oh, nice.
I love looking into the eyes of people who have problems.
I love looking into John Lennon and Yoko Ono, the skeletally thin, unhealthy figures.
Well, I'm the other thing that I'm doing is we're kind of going over this Alice in Wonderland thing from the mid '80s, and it's got Ringo Starr as the mock turtle.
Oh yeah,
and it is the weirdest damn thing you ever saw in your whole life.
I've seen that. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so weird though, because all of a sudden like you see all the tears coming down his face, but like his voice doesn't reflect that. And he's wearing like weird fuzzy shoes, and I don't know.
Well, he was a full-on alky.
It's a real image.
That's probably when Ringo...
That is true.
But it was the 80s when Ringo Starr was a full-on alky, so that probably helped with that.
But he was also starring in the great film Caveman, starring Barbara Bach.
That's where they met.
Oh shit!
That's where they met on that film.
Oh, the rest they say was history.
Yeah. Well, they're still together. They're still together, which is nice. Quite rare that for Hollywood couples.
Yeah, although she's stopped answering Ringo's fan mail for him, so.
I am warning you with peace and love. I love you all, but fuck off with your fan mail, you cunts. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and
if you'll excuse me, I'm going to eat a very large Viennetta. Peace and love. Goodbye. Fuck off.
He's going to eat a Pizza Hut, because I bet he gets Pizza Hut for life now since he did those adverts in the 90s.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh, yes.
Their breadsticks are pretty decent. The pizza is
I don't like Pizza Hut pizza.
That's a funny advert. He's like, I just want to get back with the lads. And then the monkeys come in. It's a funny advert.
Just him and chilling with Mickey Dolenz.
Donald Trump also did Pizza Hut adverts. The message is...
Shit. I think everybody did.
Do a Pizza Hut advert, skip a bit, become president.
Ringo for president. Ringo 2024.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Let's hit the hut.
Can't be any weirder than what's there. God, her dress is fabulous. You know, she may be drugged out of her freaking mind, but she knows how to dress.
This is like that bit in Blue Velvet.
That is. It is, yeah.
Where Isabella Rossellini comes in naked on the lawn. Was there like a...
Dude, she's got a collar. That's so weird.
Was that Cosme, or did the actual video just skip then?
The video
was the
skipped,
film.
I think.
Yeah, they missed out
the film.
They missed out like 2 words. It was like, so the girl, and then here she is. That was very strange.
Ben, that's the powerful effect of drugs on your system.
Oh, it was deliberate. It was an artistic decision.
Yeah. People at the end
Probably
of this,
the only one in this whole thing.
At the end of this film, a scientist would come out to the audience and say, "Now, who heard the 2 missed words? We spiked you.
These people are the most boring junkies I've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, nobody's trying to jump out the window to fly. Nobody's stealing cars because the government is stealing their pens.
Hey, if he was really on heroin, those eyes would be shut very tight. He'd be fast asleep. He wouldn't be looking around like that. Jesus Christ. Whoa.
Yeah.
That was
What the
weird.
hell?
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it, when you can't tell if it's an artistic thing or if it's just because the film has been so badly looked after in all these years.
So is the sparkly dress before or after the shot on the bridge?
So the idea was the shot on the bridge was supposed to be her in her beautiful life before heroin, but unfortunately the filmmakers haven't done a very good job of making her heroin version look like bedraggled enough. So it just actually looks like she's just had a night out and drunk a bit too much.
Exactly. I mean, her hair's a little bit disheveled.
If anything, the heroin's improved her appearance.
I mean, I would.
Yeah, but you don't need that. You've got your staff. You just shed them.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why I have them bring me women, to be completely honest.
Bring me women. Now. That's what you say.
This print is pony.
It's a bit shocking.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's an unmarked cop car.
Quick, I better hide the 3 pounds of beef I bought the other week.
Neither Eureka Films, Criterion, Arrow, fucking... I'm just naming DVD labels now. 7 Films.
That's okay.
88 Films. Second Sight.
Okay, Ben, are you
BFI.
on heroin? I think you're just on heroin right now, aren't you? That's why you've gone this route.
Network.
He's having a contact high because of the gremlin bar I ate.
Disney Plus.
No, that's fair.
Miramax.
Are you wearing a sparkly dress with slightly disheveled hair right now?
For the 5th time, yes, I'm wearing a sparkly dress with disheveled hair.
You've had heroin, haven't you?
You keep asking me this.
The cops are headed to your place right now. You know that.
Be sure to pick up a T-shirt from their official website. You have the right to remain fabulous.
We don't have cops anymore. We have community support officers.
Yes, who have the power to restrain you but not arrest you. So you can basically just tell them to wank off and then run off.
Ah, okay.
Or just punch them in the...
And then they go behind a tree and actually wank off.
Just punch them in the clip.
Yeah. Yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing.
I ain't afraid of no community support officer.
Yeah, I mean, what are they gonna do, right? You were fine? Fuck that, it's not enforceable.
She's just got...
So you know
She's just got eczema.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm joking, go
on. So the old song, fuck the police doesn't really work so well when it's fuck the community support officer.
It doesn't. They have to kind of change the rhythm a little bit, but they can make it work.
Well, when the film Straight Outta Compton came out over here, they had to redub it. So during the fuck the police scene, it was fuck the community support officer.
Coming straight from the underground.
They didn't even bother changing the voice. It was just some bloke.
Yeah, it was one of the BBFC people. Just literally pulled a microphone out. Just any microphone.
To someone that absolutely wanted to be able to be, in showbiz, but they didn't know how.
Thank you for stressing down that it was any microphone. I wouldn't have guessed otherwise. Should I blow my fan down the microphone and see what noise it makes? Let's find out.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, they're really helping her out right now, I'll tell you. I mean...
Listen to that.
I can't hear a thing because of the noise cancellation.
That was good, wasn't it? That was fun. Should we do something else?
And she's dying. Nice job, officers.
Okay, so 3 words. It's a book. Misery. Only Fools and Horses. First word is itch.
Hamlet.
7 year hitch.
In the Line of Duty. Jaws.
King Lear.
Jaws 2. Jaws 3. Jaws for the Revenge.
Jaws for the Revenge.
Tom Sawyer.
Friday the 13th.
Cruel Jaws.
Friday the 13th.
AKA
Part
Tree
2.
Grows in Brooklyn.
White Chicks.
Ah.
That was a book?
Yeah.
Oh no, she put down her hair.
Did you not?
Oh fuck.
Do you not remember the start of the film White Chicks? It says based on the novel by Elmore Leonard.
And she did grab his trousers and proclaimed, "Suck it in, sister," before heaving as hard as she could.
Is this still going?
Give me the shit.
This is really outstayed its welcome, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it just keeps going and going and going.
Fucking hell, this is worse than Things.
So her style got more fabulous as she started to do stuff?
She got into the deep, dark world of drug crime.
Back ends, front ends, other ends.
Wow, she's got great aim. Maybe she should become like a gangster of sorts.
You know, some people just have a
This is what you happen when you wear your hair down.
I'm not sure what's happening now. I've stopped paying attention.
Yeah,
she didn't let her. She colored in her eyebrows differently. That's really the biggest thing.
Ah, okay. Well, 12th Night. No? Okay.
White Chicks 2.
Oh, this is now... I should also point out, this is now a new film. The previous film didn't have end credits, so when it went to black very briefly, this is now a new film.
Oh, it's a good thing you said that.
I was going to say.
Otherwise, I'd just assume that we were just carrying on with the other one.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's trying to drown his kid.
Good.
Stay down there. Hold your breath for 2 minutes.
She pulls out the bottle and bashes her husband over the head.
Where would these have been shown in schools?
Tequila.
So what's this one about?
Drugs.
I believe this
Not
one
booze,
is about boozing and schmoozing. Volume 3.
I think it might be about drugs, you know. I could be wrong.
Oh, you know, cucumber sandwiches are a gateway drug.
I might be wrong in that assessment, but...
It starts with cucumber sandwiches. Before you know it, you're eating grilled cheese in Philly, wondering where it all went wrong.
Yeah,
So-
that was my path.
Where would these have been shown in, like, schools and stuff?
So they played them in sort of multiple places. Schools would probably play them. They would have, like, when they did, like, city hall meetings or town meetings, they would have sort of things like that. What would generally happen is, say, a week before the film was going to play somewhere, they would put, like, a big advertising campaign out to say, they'd book out, like, a community hall and say, we're screening this film. It's shocking. It's terrifying. You'll learn the true secrets of drugs. And they'd have, like, cars driving around with megaphones on the roof, sort of proclaiming the film was coming soon. And
No, they wouldn't.
people would go and...
Cars with megaphones, what are you on about?
Well, that's, I mean, look at Blues Brothers.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Your
kind of
staff told you that. They were lying.
The best thing, and this is the bit that's always missing from these movies, is when they would do these sort of they call them, I think it was wall-to-wall bookings or something like that, or four-wall bookings, where they'd sort of rent just like a community hall and they'd put the film on in there. And the idea would be is that when the film was playing, they wouldn't make their money from the tickets to get in. That would basically just pay off the hall. They would actually have like literature. You could buy books off them about drug awareness or like premarital sex or things like that, and that would be where they'd make the money.
Nice. Well, that's like a movie theater making money off concessions as compared to the actual movie.
Yeah, basically.
Whoa. Hey, look, we're rocking out. Yeah. My aura, man.
Oh, so is this one about booze?
I want some of those cucumber sandwiches. Yeah.
But I thought booze was...
If your body is more than 10% cucumber sandwich, then you're out, or 0.10% cucumber sandwich.
But I thought booze was alright back then. This was before booze gave you liver cancer.
It was, until it wasn't.
Why can't we get the old booze and fags back? The ones that didn't kill you?
It was because it's all a government ploy, Ben. We need to replace our ageing population as quickly as possible.
Why can't we get the pre-cancer cigs back?
Yes.
Well, and think about it this way too. Like, you look at anything. So, say even like rock music, or even ice cream back in the day. There was always those people that said that those things were bad. Like, they actually outlawed ice cream in Chicago because they thought that people gathering together were creating gangs. So that's why the sundae came about for Sundays, because actual like normal ice cream in a cone
Is that
was
why it's
outlawed.
called Ice Cube? As a sort of
Probably,
as a rebellious thing. Oh my god.
Hey, we all remember the Battle of Ben and Jerry's.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Ben and Jerry. Yeah, Jerry, that prick.
How dare he was the Mike Love of the Ben and Jerry's experience.
With his ice cream
You don't
sundae
even get
parties.
me started on Blue Bunny.
Ironically, I'm
We
drinking.
had Tom Carvel coming into this.
I'm drinking Jim Beam at the moment because it's Saturday.
Ooh, very fancy.
I mean, Jim Beam is a Saturday beverage. There's no doubt.
It's also a
So, Ben,
Sunday
when did you
beverage
decide
and a
to-
Monday one. Tuesday and Wednesday, yes.
So-
Going through Thursday and occasionally Friday. But, well, always. Well, I say occasionally. What I mean is always. But, you know.
So, Ben, when did you decide you were going to commit your life to sin?
When did you decide to drive around in a car, you big posher?
God, that car is like the size of the Titanic.
Well, he told me.
Titanic. Arse-tanic. Did
Better
you
than
record
the
that before?
Ass-tanic.
We'll say it again in case you cut it out. Arse-tanic. Look at his shoes, they're a sex
Oh
crime.
no! Not the child!
Uh-oh. She's not
Please
a child.
think of this.
She's 37.
Oh shit!
Good.
Please look at my medical bracelet.
He actually like put the gas to the metal after he saw that he hit her. It's like, never liked
actually
that kid.
He sped up and then he put it in reverse.
And then he came back for more.
Yeah.
And then he
And
came
she
back.
just lay there.
He got arrested, went to jail, came back, ran her over again.
Yeah.
He fucking hated
Did
her.
you hear that story? Did you hear that story
he
that came
keeps
out this week about the Indian woman who got attacked by an elephant?
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. Have you heard about this, Ben?
I'm just...
No?
I shouldn't laugh. You're going to say something like, oh yeah, the elephant killed her, or something, to buzz kill it,
Yeah,
but... Go well.
Right, so basically what happened was this Indian woman decided to go off the beaten path on a track that she was going on, and she got attacked by an elephant. And this elephant really disliked her and like properly beat the shit out of her until she was dead. She was like 87 years
the
old.
elephant disliked her, Dan. Was the elephant asked this? How do you know?
Stay with me.
No.
Because...
I'd rather not, personally.
The woman died, which is very sad, right? And they had a funeral that was near the path where she went off the path and got attacked by the elephant. And the same elephant rocked up with a load of other elephants and trashed the funeral and pulled her out of the casket and beat her up again.
Oh my god, it's like... This is like the Indian version of Jaws 4: The Revenge. The elephants want revenge. They want the Brodies. Or whatever the fuck. What's the Indian word for Brody?
Wasn't it because like back in the day, like she led a bunch of poachers or distracted the elephant while poachers took the elephant's baby or something?
I can't remember. That would give them grounds at least for their revenge. But
because they were talking about how elephants don't forget.
They do, that's bollocks.
No, absolutely.
They do, that's all the
Apparently
shit.
they don't.
They're elephants, they're dumb.
Oh, dude, you know what's gonna happen
dumb.
now? Elephants are gonna track your ass down after
What?
listening to this,
Can
and they are
elephants-
gonna kick your ass, man.
Can elephants work central heating? No, fuck them. Can elephants fly a plane? No, fuck them. Can elephants direct adverts? No, fuck them.
I've just got the image of Ben in his 12th story apartment, just recording this, going, fuck elephants, and then the front window, 12 stories up, smashes through, and a herd of elephants just come in and smash the whole thing up.
I'm glad every time an elephant dies. I'm wearing elephant skin right now with my elephant boots on. Fucking pricks.
Well, you know what's gonna
Wankers.
happen? An elephant is gonna have like a little helicopter attachment, and they're gonna like come up, like hover up to the 12th floor, and then just like kamikaze your apartment.
Good.
Would it be 9 and an elephant?
My least
Probably, yeah.
My least favourite album is Ella Funk by the Black Eyed Peas because it has the word elephant
Oh,
in
for
it.
that joke, I'm thinking that you're gonna get double killed.
His least favourite film is a tie between Dumbo and Fantasia.
Oh, man. Better than Operation Dumbo Drop. Ah!
Excuse me a minute, I will be back momentarily.
He had to swerve to hit it.
Yes, he did. Oh, no!
Mild inconveniences, my biggest weakness.
Yes. Mild Inconveniences, the movie. I feel like this is the precursor to Birdemic.
Yes, it's all very kind of location footage of people driving. That's basically the majority of this film.
You know what this film is actually really about? It's about different kind of glassware. Like, there's been some really beautiful glassware in this.
And this young alcoholic would grow up to become Johnny Cash, his assistant.
But in our language, if chance means risk, it also
But in our language, if chance means risk, it also means opportunity. And every driver who still has not taken one chance too many
still has an opportunity to begin
White.
Triv, this film made my bollocks fall off. How boring was that?
Well, considering we talked about what did we talk about during
we
this?
spoke about Elephant 9/11. That was the one.
Oh, thank God. Dude, she's got a fantastic hat. That's great.
She has. If you thought the last one was boring, this one isn't much better. I remember this one very keenly. It's basically 25 minutes of a hardcore drug user who's now fully in recovery, giving a very dramatic speech about how drugs ruined her life and how she managed to recover from it. It's basically this shot for about 20 minutes.
Dude, please tell me at least one of those microphones doubles as a dildo and at one point she takes it out and uses it.
No, but one of them does double up as a big fat doobie, and she just sort of pulls it out and lights it, and then, reggae comes on, and everything's all right.
I was gonna say, so it's a hookah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, I'm back.
Very strong New York accent as well. Hey, Ben, we were just talking about how you have a very strong New York accent.
What important plot points? what plot points have I missed in the thing?
So, you missed the very end of the last film, which was just really boring. It was just a bloke driving around for about 25 minutes going, booze is terrible.
It's over already?
And now we're on
good.
Yeah, that's over. Now we're on this new one. And this one is probably the most dullest. It's the most interesting one if you're just watching it, as part of the set, but it's also one of the most dullest ones to actually do any kind of commentary over, because it is basically 25 minutes of this woman who is a hardcore drug user who's now in recovery, talking about her experiences as a hardcore drug user in New York in the 70s.
Well, that's boring. Let's talk about elephants.
Let's talk about more
I just wanted to say that every single person that we've noticed in the crowd looks bored as shit.
Yes. And believe me, if you were listening to this in real life, you would be too, because none of them are allowed any drugs.
They're just thinking how fantastic it sounds to do what she's going through. She was like, I was crawling through an alley and, needle stuck in my arm, and look at that guy. I'm pointing. You can't see, but I'm pointing. He's thinking, I'll have me some of that.
Hey, you know what? At least you could. I think you could probably lick the wallpaper though over there, and you could probably get a contact high from something.
That wallpaper's a drug crime.
The raspberries taste like raspberries. The snosberries taste like snosberries.
You want to go into the story about snosberries and ruin that whole experience for people?
I absolutely do. In a later adult novel that Roald Dahl wrote, he clarified that a snosberry is dick, basically.
Is that true?
And that the taste of yes.
Well, why did he do that? The big anti-Semite.
So, the adult novel he wrote is very surreal, but it's about I forget whether it's father and daughter, or, partners. But basically, the idea is that they decide to strike on the idea that if the daughter or female partner goes out and fucks a load of, really famous men, she can collect their sperm, which they can then sell on the black market to help create, geniuses and famous people kids. And the whole plot of the film is this woman basically going around shagging about. But there's a passage where the bloke asks her how she got off a particular celebrity client, and she goes, "Oh, I just gave him a couple of toots on his snosbury," which obviously means dick.
Yeah, but that...
So, yeah.
Hang on, so that... She could have just been using that as slang. That doesn't mean that he's saying that snosberries are actually... That's the origin of them. He could have just been making an in-joke for the Roald Dahl fans.
Even so, it's still quite an interesting thing to think that Wonka was making elderly people and children lick dick.
I think you're reading a bit too much into that clearly throwaway joke.
Yes.
He's not
I choose to take it very literally.
He's not
But this is Dan we're talking about, so he overanalyzes quite a few things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a very clickbait mentality.
Yes.
Because
I mean, have you seen his YouTube channel titles? I mean, my God, they're all clickbait.
Could you explain basically that you said, "Oh, snosberries"? I thought that it was implied that it was going to be some multi-paragraph explanation, but no, it was just a throwaway line that's clearly a joke.
Yes, it is. But in the absence of any other definition for a snosbury.
Well, I don't think he thought that when he wrote the book in the first place. He probably just thought this is a funny confectionery word for a thing.
I'm not sitting there thinking he was writing Willy Wonka going penis. But
I mean,
in the
look
absence
at the Johnny Depp version of Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. I mean, from that you could get some of those impressions.
Yeah, but Roald Dahl didn't like the original film as much as he didn't like Jews.
Ooh.
Not wrong. Very right. I just wish they'd take out the Cheer Up Charlie bit from that film. Everything else is fine. But
it's alright.
When did Roald Dahl die?
Sometime in the 90s, early 90s.
Good.
I remember when... he must have been alive in the 80s, because I remember when they did the film of The Witches, with Angelica Houston. And,
called The Witches.
Yeah, and he hated that so much that he picketed it himself. As in, he literally, him on his own, went outside cinemas telling people not to go in and see the film. He said, "I hate Angelica Houston as much as I hate brown people." I think that's what he said.
I'm just seeing him like that picture of David Lynch with the cow when he was trying to get Laura Dern an Oscar. Just sort of sat in a high chair with two cows sat outside the theatre going, "Do not watch The Witches."
I don't think he liked any of his adaptations. He didn't like the original Willy Wonka. He didn't like The Witches.
Really?
What other ones are there that I'm forgetting? Matilda.
James and the Giant Peach. That was 1995.
I don't think he was alive for Matilda. When did Roald Dahl die? I'm going to check actually. Where's my internet
I was going to
machine?
say Matilda came out in the 90s. I thought.
Yeah, 96 Matilda. I just want to see when Roald Dahl
so you would have seen
died.
James and the Giant Peach.
I don't think he was alive for that.
2000?
That was 2000. Because I went to see that. He died in 1990. The 20.
Okay.
Right, you wouldn't have seen any of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to point out that this lady on screen just mentioned the word street whore.
Excellent.
But I'm still boring as hell.
Everyone take a shot.
She's also wearing the same watch as the chick from the last movie.
It's all
the
connected.
druggy person from the... Yeah,
the
exactly.
Drug PSA cinematic universe. It's all connected.
So does the watch kind of pick up where the guy in the white lab coat was for the first half?
Yeah, so the white lab coat guy is trying to get all of the druggies together to form a supergroup. I don't know, they were called the LSD 25 or something.
It's all connected.
It is.
We shall call it the Grateful Dead.
I'm pretty sure, speaking of that, I don't think any of the looks of these people's faces have changed. I think they might actually be dead.
They did the age-old film thing of just filming the first 5 minutes, some crowd reaction, and then they couldn't be asked to film any more for the rest of the recording, so they just got that opening 5 minutes that they have to keep using for the next 20 minutes.
I was just about to say that. I feel like we're just watching the same shots over and over in a loop. Shut up.
And then I got a foot fungus, and it was really annoying, so I had to take some heroin to be able to deal with it.
True
Of course,
story.
the important thing was that I had an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time.
And that's how you ward off vampires from your abode. Any questions?
And then I got that Gwyneth Paltrow vagina candle, and man, that was really nice, but I think it was only because I was, 3 liters deep in LSD at the time.
Could she not make this more interesting? Could she not, like, get a fried egg out or something and go, this is your brain, this is a fried egg. I don't know how it goes. This is your brain, this is an egg.
I don't want to see this woman get her fried egg out.
Summit drugs. Any questions?
This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
That's it.
Yes, can my brain be used as part of a complete breakfast?
I always like how Bill Hicks' observation that the guy sounds drunk when he's doing the commercial. Just like, this is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain.
She wasn't smart with dope. I hate it when I'm not smart with dope. It's too much. I said to my nail person, no, I don't want this. I can't handle it.
Why does she need 2 microphones? Her voice is loud enough.
I don't know. Why does she need 2 ears? One is loud, or one is big enough.
You probably only need one ear.
Why does she need 2 earrings? One is loud enough.
Exactly.
You probably only need one ear. I mean, you don't hear that much in your life, do you?
Hey, it worked for Van Gogh. Why can't it work for her?
You probably only need...
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I think 2 eyes are probably important. You could do with 1 nostril. That'd do it. 1 ear.
No, you probably only need 1 eye. You don't really need...
Well, for depth, you need 2 eyes.
You don't really need teeth. Really, do you? Let's be honest.
No, anything can be mashed.
You just drink stuff.
1 arm is probably good, but you don't need the length of an arm. It could just be like a hand on a 1 foot kind of stump. That'd do it.
Yeah.
You don't need all those fingers. That could be downsized.
Okay, what about 2 boobs?
I think 1 boob is enough, but for aesthetic sense, 2. I don't know. I think if we're going essentials, we could probably lose a boob. But we could just make the 1 boob big, like huge, like the size of your chest, just 1 big, like it's like the size of a manhole cover, just 1 big boob.
They better reinforce the back then, because you're going to need some structural support for that. And remind me never to trust you with creation, because I don't trust you to create anything. The fact that your logos are so well balanced, I got nothing on that, man.
Thank you.
I'm just blown away by that. Ben, how do you put up with this lack of like synchronization or whatever? It doesn't work.
Lack of what now?
Lack of symmetry. It doesn't work.
I just defer to the words of our creator, who said that let he who is not symmetrical cast the first stone. That's probably from the Bible, right?
Well, if someone's gonna pass a stone, I'm glad that Dan is gonna be the one to do it.
I mean, that sounds about right, doesn't it? That probably, I'm probably, I'm probably right. I'm probably right. Yes,
I think you are. Yeah.
Yes, that's from the Bible.
I don't think
let
we need
he who has 2 knobs cast the first tree, said he, and then he. And then he went into the desert and had a fight at the end. All I remember from my Protestant C of E upbringing is that Jesus knocked over some market stalls, and that's what got him crucified. Not all the other stuff. He just knocked. He was in Bury Market. They were selling some black puddings, and I said, "I cast thee out, you black puddings," because he's a horrible racist. And he said, "I cast thee out, thee I spee." That's what he said, and he knocked the table over. And the Romans weren't having that. The Romans were just not having that at all. So they said
things like, "What are you doing, mate? Stop it."
Did I tell you that my occupation is an RE teacher? That's what I do.
Yes, you did.
You're getting a sample of my lessons now. And then Jesus came on, right? No, shut up. Listen, right? No.
Sounds like a good porn right there.
You lads at the back, you need to shut up, right? Because this is important, because you'll go to hell. He came on and he said, I have 2 eggs, and one of them is made of wine. And he turned the egg into wine. And
Aw.
and that's the story of
everyone
Moses.
Kinder
took a
egg?
sip.
And then the seas parted, and it was all great. And then he came back on Easter, and that's why we eat Easter eggs. The end.
Were there
Which
dinosaurs involved? I hear
Yes.
that there's dinosaurs involved.
See, that's why
Yes.
we have Easter Bunny, because Jesus was reincarnated as a rabbit.
Okay.
Why do you think it's called
Was
Bugs
Jesus
Bunny?
a ginger?
God, you got to read between the lines, you crazy kids.
I mean, I don't know whether you've read the Lost Book of the Lizard, but there was an entire period
I
of
read-
Jesus' life
Dan,
in his 20s
I
where
wrote-
he had a...
I wrote the Lost Book of the Lizard.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
That's
So
incredible.
What was your
Can I have your
interpretation? What was your interpretation of the bit where Jesus resurrected a dinosaur called Denver who had a flying 80s style even though the 80s hadn't happened yet?
Well, what happened is Jesus came back as a lizard, and he started spouting like 90s pop culture references. So the Romans came out and they were like, "Oh my God, it's Jesus!" And he went, "It's tail time," and started like flipping him about. And then he went, "Lock and load, little lizard." And then he went into the horror
All right.
level, and he said, "This place is bigger than Oliver Reed's bar tab." That's a line from the UK
All right,
version
David
of
Icke,
Gex.
settle down.
Just to explain, Triv, there was
Can
a
you
UK version
explain,
of Gex where he was voiced by an Englishman, not Dana Gold, and his references were all
Oh.
UK-centric. So he'd say things like, "This place is bigger than the Spice Girls dressing room," or "This place is like being on Supermarket Sweep." That's what he said.
He did.
All right, can you having written the Lost Book of the Lizard, can you explain Limburger cheese to me?
Okay, so Limburger cheese is basically... So Jesus, right, he was in the desert, and the devil said, "Jesus, you're bad. I'm going to tempt you now. If you jump off the cliff, I will not catch you." And Jesus went, "Now hang on a minute, devil. That is not the way of the road." So he challenged the devil to a fiddle duel. And he played the fiddle like a right mean man, and that's how we have Limburger cheese.
All right, I appreciate that. And by the way,
And there was
this
another
lady
one
is
as well.
still talking.
There was another one as well, right, where he was on a rock, and he said
Okay.
something on the rock. It was very, very good. It was very important. He just he was reciting the lyrics to songs by 90s post-punk band The Breeders. So he would come on and he would say, "I know you're a cannonball." That's what he'd say. And he'd say the shade a lot. That's what he said. This woman's still talking.
good.
Look, anything I'm saying is
She's
more
still
interesting.
talking.
Look, anything I'm saying is far more interesting than what's being said on the screen. So I might as well just say anything.
Well, she's getting really passionate now, so I don't know.
The only words I've been able to pick up from this so far is and her neck was fused to her spine. And I was like, well, I hope so. Because if it wasn't, she'd probably have like a big floaty head like Mystics in Bali.
That's very true. Dude, she's got a speculum there on the table, and I don't know why. I'm kind of put off by that.
A
It's to
speculum.
complement the two microphones.
Oh yeah, totally. To separate them because they...
The thing is, right, and I need to make this very clear, whilst all of this has been going on, her story is actually incredibly harrowing. Like, it's
I'm
really
glad.
grim.
Good.
Yeah, but...
I feel bad.
Well, it's her own fault for being
Hey,
old.
Lizard Jesus, can you please forgive me for laughing and making fun while she's telling this terrible story? And I mean terrible as in it sucks it happened to her.
What's your favourite film of 1999?
Matrix. No, Existence.
You both said at the exact same tone and measurement and everything. It's quite funny. The Matrix. That's not a bad
Or
shout.
Existence.
I'm going to go for Nutbag.
Existence. I thought Nutbag came out in 2000,
I'm going... Oh yeah, it was Nutbag. But it was shot in 1999.
but it wasn't released in 1999.
That doesn't count, though.
Yeah.
Ah.
So no.
You're a nutbag for liking a movie in 2000 when he asked for 99.
I don't think Dan has seen any films from anywhere from ever. from any
he has.
from any year.
Are we saying that Dan is timeless?
No.
Oh. Oh.
That would be a compliment. I just read a book about 1999 and why it was the best year ever for cinema. So that's why it's been on my mind.
That. Well, yeah. 1981 was a really good year for horror.
What came out in 81?
Oh, like Everything and Its Mom. Like all kinds of awesome.
Like?
Yeah.
Friday the 13th Part 2. Halloween 2, I think, was 81. What else did they have? They had...
A whole bunch of low-budget stuff that was awesome.
Yeah. A good chunk of Bill Rabane's collection came out in the early 80s.
Well, there you go. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, because it was talking about how, like, in 99 you had, like, Fight Club, The Blair Witch Project, Sixth Sense, The Iron Giant.
Ooh, yeah.
All these great films. Yeah.
I'm looking at my shelf now and I actually cannot see a single film from 1999 on there.
The Iron Giant was one of the follies of Warner Brothers feature animation in the 90s. Someone should write a book about Warner Brothers feature animation, the brief company they had in the 90s. It's a really fascinating story, and no one's really done it. Like, they did like 5 films, and only one of them made any money. And that film...
Didn't they do the Batman animated film?
No. So the Warner Brothers feature animation was like... Because Batman Animated was done by their TV division. That was a separate thing. Warner Brothers Feature Animation was a separate company, and they made 5 films. They did Space Jam, Quest for Camelot, The Iron Giant, Looney Tunes Back in Action, and Osmosis Jones. Out of those 5, which one do you reckon made any money?
Wherever she goes, Flory is
well, I'm sure that Space Jam did, yeah?
Correct. Triv is correct. She wins the commentary. It was Space Jam.
I was going to say, because I reviewed Back in Action, and it was, like, it was, I don't think it was critically panned, but, like, the studio didn't promote it.
I like
because
Back in Action.
It basically turned... Oh, it's amazing. It's such a fun... It's more true to what the Looney Tunes are, but, like, the studio wanted, like, Space Jam 2... But because they couldn't get Jordan back in the way that they should have had him, and it came out like the week, I'm trying to think, it came out the week after Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and the week before Elf, or vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really genuinely love that film. I think it's far better than Space Jam. And like you said, it's definitely more true to the Looney Tunes aesthetic than Space Jam is. Easily. But like you say, I think the studio... And Joe Dante directed it, and, he's, did Gremlins and all these cracking films. Gremlins 2. Yeah, so...
new batch.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, they did these, like I say, 5 films. And only Space Jam was the one that had any success, so they folded very quickly. But then they had all these great properties, like The Iron Giant, which is a really good film. But again, like with Back in Action, they just didn't seem to care about promoting it in any way, shape, or form. So they're just kind of... Yeah. And it's weird, because it's Warner Brothers. They're like the kings of animation in terms of like the theatrical shorts, the Looney Tunes shorts. And they said, well, Disney have got this renaissance going on with like Aladdin and Lion King and all that stuff, so we'll do a renaissance of our own. And they failed. They fell on their fucking arses. And it's just...
Yeah. Well, the problem with Space Jam was it was such... it was a Michael Jordan movie that, just happened to have the Looney Tunes in the background. And the same thing was true of the new one. It was just...
Oh, no. I mean, the Space Jam was just it's based on a fucking Nike advert. That's what the basis was, a Nike adverts that had Bugs Bunny in them. And,
I was going to say, what's funny is... briefly touched on the Space Jam movies during the Who Framed Roger Rabbit review that came out recently. They were talking about how, like, the majority of IPs that come out now are basically more sort of, look at what we own, rather than actually trying to be meaningful to what characters are there.
From what I've seen of Space Jam 2, it looks ghastly.
It has moments of okay, but yeah, it was essentially a... look at all the crap we own. Like, they do this big basketball game, and basically every single Warner Brothers property, like, comes into this, and it's just like... I mean, they have Pennywise the Clown, they've got the guys from A Clockwork Orange. It's like, this is a kid's movie. What the fuck are you doing?
You just reminded me, actually. Ben, you know who's in Space Jam? The new Space Jam?
I know
and this was
that Don Cheadle's in it. I know that.
No, they did this wonderful thing where it's a blink and you'll miss it thing, but if you look in the background, they have Vanessa Redgrave's character from The Devils.
Really?
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's only very brief, but like she's there in the full garb, just kind of cheering on.
Is she like all hunchbacked and everything?
Yeah.
That is.
And you know what? It made me laugh because of the fact that it's a fucking kids film, but it pissed me off so much that they were willing to put her in there as an owned property, but they want nothing to do with that film.
Well, here's the thing. I reckon that probably maybe that was a studio note because of it was like a big IP clash. Maybe they were just like to the filmmakers, just put any old fucking Warner Brothers shit in there so that people. You know why you should do that? So people on the internet will make videos where it'll be the thumbnail will be like, Alex from A Clockwork Orange with a circle around him, and the title will be like 25 cameos in Space Jam 2. You won't believe who we
basically
saw.
Watch Mojo.
Exactly. Watch Mojo and how fucking terrible they are. And that's I bet you that's the entire reason for all those cameos, because someone in a suit said it'll create this horrible word. It'll create engagement. Because it'll make all these YouTubers watch the film and go make videos about all the great cameos in that scene. Oh, look, it's Pennywise. Oh, look, it's the Iron Giant. Oh, look, it's blah, blah, blah. And that will get people going, this film must be good. It has Pennywise in it for 2 seconds. It's... I don't know. I have a soft spot for the first Space Jam, but I acknowledge it's not a good film. Like, it's objectively not.
And that's the thing. You can look at what Dan and I review. I mean, that's 90% of it is the fact that you can look at it and say, we know that this is a crap movie, but it does still have those redeeming qualities. And the original Space Jam did have heart. It had a lot of that. But they took, with the new Space Jam, they took, like, all of that stuff and they're like, oh, well, people like this and people like that, but they left out that part.
Space Jam was the second film I saw in the cinema.
Nice.
You
want a fun fact? And this is really interesting. So, in Back in Action, where they go like the zipper thing, and it's like Granny, and then it's
and it's Michael, and then
Damon
Michael Jordan's
Drake,
one of them, isn't he, as well?
Jordan.
Yeah, I remember that.
You want to know how he ended up in there?
Was it to do with wasn't that like unused footage from Space Jam?
Basically, yeah. It wasn't like it was not one of those things where it was supposed to be there. There was no licensing involved in it. It was basically, okay, well, we've got this footage of Michael Jordan, just toss him in there.
I mean, it's a good joke. It's a good, little throwaway gag. And I think, doesn't he, Daffy says something like, this doesn't make any sense. It's like, because I think Joe Dante didn't like Space Jam, did he? And the whole
No, he hated it.
Yeah.
He wanted Back in Action to be the anti-Space Jam.
Which he succeeded in, I guess, for better or worse.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Brendan Fraser's in that as well, isn't he? Yeah, my partner just did
himself.
My partner just did a thumbs up in the background when I said the words Brendan and Fraser. Yes,
nice.
He's a good guy.
The Mummy,
like
another good 1999 film, The Mummy.
The Mummy 2.
He actually makes fun of himself, being he's whatever his name is in the movie. I don't remember. I think
Brendan
DJ.
Fraser.
But then
that's his name.
He ends up punching himself. He actually ends up punching himself in the face.
Yes, I remember.
Because DJ is the stunt double for Brendan Fraser.
Well, apparently, I think that me, you, Triv, and my partner, I think we were the only ones who saw Back in Action in the cinema by the sounds of it, because no one else did.
Oh, it was so great. Well, and I just reviewed it, so that helps too. It was so fun. Such a fun movie.
It's brilliant, and it's very, very... It deserves a recognition. It deserves a reawakening.
A reevaluation.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for, thanks.
Yay,
reevaluation. Yeah.
Woohoo!
A public service.
No, but they...
For what public?
The New York Daily News, just for the New York Daily. Yeah, exactly.
I'm so glad we
Hey, we're on a roof.
I'm so glad we talked about Looney Tunes over that woman's harrowing story.
Absolutely.
That really says a lot about us, doesn't it?
Hey, we're here to riff. No screwing around.
Hey, who gave these kids Coke?
Yeah, exactly, and 7-Up.
Have we accidentally landed in Larry Clark's Kids?
No, that'd
don't
be
know what that is. I'm sorry.
You've never seen Larry Clark's Kids?
I don't think so.
It's a horrific film. It's really bad. It's basically about So the plot of the film is it's supposed to show kids as kind of who they actually are, just sort of natural sort of things. But the main plot of the film is about a kid who has like underage sex with all these girls who are also underage, but it turns out he's HIV positive. And the big thrust of the film, is that he's going to go and have sex with this girl who doesn't know that he's HIV positive, and the other kids have to kind of try and get to him before he gives this girl AIDS. And the whole film is just this. Yeah, it's like really serious drama shit.
Yeah,
it's
grim viewing.
Properly harrowing. There's like rape and underage sex and drug use and everything. It's banned in the UK. We're not allowed to have it.
No, it's not. No. It's not
inappropriate.
banned. It wasn't banned. What are you on about?
It's not available on DVD, Blu-ray, or VHS over here.
Yes, it is. My mate gave me a copy for my birthday.
Let me double check it. It might have come out recently, but as far as I'm aware, it hasn't had a release.
No, I don't think. No, Kids wasn't banned. Kids wasn't banned over here. It might have been. It might have not have shown in certain areas, but it wasn't banned outright. We haven't really had a film that's been banned outright since the 50s, I think. Silence or Dan Googles furiously.
It's never been unreleased. It was cut.
What do you mean it's never been never been unreleased? What are you on about?
It was never released uncut. It's only ever been released in the UK cut.
Okay.
So you're saying it's circumcised?
Yes. Oh, I don't want to look at circumcised kids.
It's like, is it? No, I thought it was like it was like a thing, like a crash situation where it wasn't shown in certain areas. Because that's the thing with like.
No, I must have got confused with my information. It's not that it was. It was released. It just was released.
I don't know if it's like this in America, but in the UK, British councils have can enforce their own rules about film censorship. So the BBFC might say a film is. Yeah, so the BBFC might say a film is fine to be released, but if a council, say fucking Derby or whatever, decides they don't want to show it, then they have the right. So like when Life of Brian came out, and there was obviously a big religious controversy over it, all the Mary Whitehouse and all that protesting, and the BBFC had no problem with it. The BBFC said yes, it's we're releasing it X, which was like the equivalent of an 18 back then, X uncut. But then certain councils opted out of seeing it. So like Derby wouldn't show it, Manchester wouldn't show it, Yorkshire wouldn't show it. So they'd do these Life of Brian coach trips where if you wanted to see the film, like a lot of coach companies and bus companies would cash in on it and be like, we'll coach you out to cities that are showing the film.
Oh my god!
And,
well, there was actually kind of a weird thing like
there
was actually kind of a weird thing like that here in the States. There was, I think it was a town in Oklahoma. I think that so. The Lightyear movie has the lesbian kiss scene.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
They put signs up, and they put signs up that said, "Oh, we're gonna try and fast forward through that part of it."
Fast forward.
It's just like, for fuck's sake.
Like you're watching it and then it just goes fast all of a sudden.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Hang on, I'll just get the Blu-ray remote out. I think it's a fucking.
Oh shit! Oh shit! An ad's coming on. It's on streaming.
Oh my god! I can't do it.
I didn't know there was a lesbian kiss in Lightyear.
Yeah, it's not anything gratuitous either. It's literally there's a bit where they go to a surprise party and they open the door and it's literally almost like a peck, and then they get on with the rest of the scene. It's not like it's even framed as a deal or anything.
I'm with you now. So basically, what you've described sounds like what Disney always does, where they have that impression of being very woke and very liberal when it comes to same-sex depictions, but then they do it in the most half-hearted, non-sort of chicken way possible. Like in that
basically
in that 2017 the Beauty of the Beast live action film where they had what's
Gaston or
Gaston's little mate called LeFou, where
LeFou.
They made a big deal of saying, "Oh, we're going to make LeFou gay. He's going to be our first big gay character," and he does nothing.
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't even have him kiss anyone.
It's what I like to call chop-outable.
Yeah. Chop-outable for the Chinese market. Well, because
you have to release it in China.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
In China,
although, to their credit, as well as others too, for any of their employees that need abortion and that need abortion services in states where abortion is illegal, they'll pay to fly them wherever they need to go to get them what they need.
That's good.
Yes, which is nice, but there is a double-ended thing because then you also have to reveal to Disney your own health status.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, it's kind of it's nice of them to offer that, but at the same time, do I
feel
really
like
want Disney to know what's going on?
I feel like you have to tell most employers. I feel like if you're going to have something like that, you'd probably have to tell your employer anyway, wouldn't you, Dan? I mean, you'd have to tell them why you were You'd have to tell them why you were spending time off work, for one thing. So you'd have to mention it eventually, wouldn't you?
Like, you could probably just book vacation time if you had it. I mean, you know, if I was going in for an operation or something, and I didn't want people to know, I've just thought that
going somewhere. You would have to tell them, wouldn't you? You would have to tell them, wouldn't you? Because of health insurance.
Well, that and like for maternity leave, like if you're doing like any kind of maternity leave, you'd have to say something.
Yeah, you couldn't. It's not something you could really just keep. You couldn't really not tell your employer you were doing something like that, could you?
Plus, as a woman, like if you start to show, like if you got like you can't carry around a basket the whole time, you know.
Yeah.
Honey, you've been carrying that basket for the past 3 months. What's going on?
Nothing at all. I just really like my basket. Don't touch my basket.
Yeah.
It's such a nice basket. Where can I find one?
Well, Disney's based in California.
Get your own.
Well, they're based in California as well, and California have said that they're going to basically keep the right to abortion, aren't they? So that figures as much, yeah.
I love that we're talking about this and like there's kids smoking on screen. And there's one crazy ass kid on a bike.
I mean,
he's been doing Ket since 9 o'clock this morning.
It's not that unusual a sight to me. I mean, I've seen that plenty of time.
No, in fairness, you just have to go to our local city centre and there'll be dozens of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're usually better at it than these guys.
Kids on bikes going in eights or kids smoking or both.
Could be both. I think both. I'm gonna go with both.
Okay.
Suppose they had the I don't care attitude of
that does not look like a house.
No. What is the I don't care attitude of a pot smoker, out of interest?
They don't care about being good at doing wheelies on bikes. That's what that little sequence was meant to imply there. These are all real articles,
Do you think this... Yeah, exactly.
Marijuana, not enough data.
Well, that kind of defeats the point, doesn't it? Aren't you meant to be showing a negative view of marijuana, but now you're saying that there's not enough data on it? Well, that could mean one of two things. Could mean it's great, or it could mean it's terrible.
Marijuana causes walking.
It really doesn't.
Warning, side effects of smoking marijuana may include walking.
It really does.
Drugs!
It really doesn't. Trust me.
Unspecific!
The last thing you want to do is walk anywhere for any space of time.
Oh, it's okay. It's alright, guys. It's square drugs. You're going to get stuff like paracetamol.
Oh, great.
There's a random eye watching us. I'm scared now. Make it stop!
So basically...
Oh, but hey, they accept MasterCard.
Is this an advert for a pharmacy? Whoa, did you see that? That was like a subliminal shot of his hand giving the pills.
Oh, wow. Shit!
I'm not saying there was anything sinister behind it. It's just bad editing, or just the quality of the film.
No, Ben, we need to go deeper.
Many shapes and colours.
The drugs on the left are Smarties. The drugs on the right are colorful. These are just a bunch of tinfoil that we put together.
This is your brain.
I'm not going to lie. They all look very delicious.
This is your brain on drugs. Here's an egg.
Orphan Annie, no!
Any questions?
I mean, I know it was a hard knock life, but jeez.
Give me a bite, punk.
Fight.
Give me your lunch money, you dweeb.
25 twat-loos on the stripy t-shirt one.
Triv, that's how Americans talk, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
I know, I just wanted to
Every
make sure.
single one of us.
Yes.
I was just default to my modern Sonic the Hedgehog voice. That's the...
That is your best option, honestly.
Stay in school,
Ooh, the
kids.
Schaefer ambulance. Yes. You know that you're getting in good hands when you have the Schaefer ambulance.
Classy. Hey, they might even put my catheter in my IV in the right places this time.
Ooh, short shorts. Now that is a sign of a high quality track when you get short shorts.
Where
like
is
a Schaefer
this town?
ambulance.
They've got square drugs, Schaefer ambulances, short shorts. Kids are doing pot in the streets. Well, sign me up.
Yeah, exactly. I've never seen people walk that much.
They're all paraplegics around your way.
Ooh, sugar cubes. I do enjoy a good sugar cube. I give them to the horses all the time. Then the horses stare into space for a solid 5 hours.
That's why the horses are fucked up.
Okay, what the hell is that next to the lamp? Like, that's really freaking me out.
That is a full-size resin cobra statue, and I want one. Look at that thing. That is amazing.
Makes you permanently barefoot.
That is, well, better for your feet. I mean, it's better, you know.
Now you see,
oh my God.
They are small, but the person in the background is far away. Small?
Are they?
Far away.
What's this screeching
It's
guitar
like
in the background?
Black Sabbath.
Nice.
Why do all of these people look like people I hung around with in high school? And none of them ever gave me any drugs.
Because you bullied
Because they didn't think they could trust you. They thought you were a narc.
Because you were the school bully.
Me? A narc?
That's what you told me.
Yeah,
that
was true.
Your school said you were a bully. Dan was a school.
They did. They once tried to.
Dan was a school bully.
To kick me out.
He beat people up
because the. Yeah.
Fucking battered them, didn't you, Dan?
So, why was the cop in the back seat? Did he do bad stuff too?
Yes, he
was a narc.
He's been selling narcotica.
Wow, his disguise was so good.
The perfect crime. Oh my God, the trees are on drugs now.
The trees never stopped being on drugs.
Didn't they show this bit before?
I think they did.
They're taking us back to the start.
I think this is the last one on the set as well, so, you know, enjoy this while it lasts, ladies and gents.
Yeah. Take note of all the stripes. Those people are clearly on drugs.
Using narcotics or abusing drugs.
Oh my God, he's drinking RC Cola. No!
Talk about a life of crime.
Oh man. You know, rooftops are known for their drug habits.
They certainly are.
By using them, we only deny ourselves the ability.
I mean, as a kid, I hung out on my roof, but no one could ever reach me because, you know, I grew up in a small town and there wasn't any tall buildings around me.
We weren't allowed roofs in England. Thatcher's Britain, they took all the roofs away.
You don't believe in pollution, do you? Polluting the water and the soil.
I don't know why that strikes me as funny.
Yes, laugh at our pain. The rain would come in. Oh yeah, big joke. Oh, the roof got taken away. Oh yeah, the Englishman had to get rained on.
Of course, rooftops weren't allowed.
You ever
back
sat
then.
in winter?
Yeah. It's actually
You
still
ever
illegal
sat
to
through a
own a
harsh
rooftop now.
winter? It is. You have to pay £80 to the roof council.
The Criminal Justice Act of 1991 prohibits it.
They just have warehouses all across the country where people's roofs have been repossessed.
For some reason, I thought he was going to eat that fish.
You know what? Cromwell did that to the poor monasteries and shit. Who's to say that Thatcher couldn't do it again?
Oh, Oliver Cromwell, Lord Protector of England.
Everyone remembers Thatcher's famous roof repossession speech in 1979. And I say to the people who own roofs, no, no, no.
There comes a time when you have to say, no, no more roofs. That is the end of the line. It's my Thatcher impression, kids. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.
Owning a roof leads to a life of sin and depravity.
First, they came for the milk. Then they came for the roofs.
And I did not speak up because I was not a roof.
And our children, and the children of and then they came for their children. The what? Their children. Whatever will become of their children.
Meanwhile, those Tory fat cats were living in houses made entirely of roofs.
The drugs that we give to the children.
Oh my God.
He promised his mother to pick up his brother Eddie at the grade school, his old school.
There is a deadly virus,
And
there
I
is no
said
known
to
cure.
my friend Peter Mandelson, the roof is on fire.
The roof is on
We
fire.
don't need no water.
There comes a time when you have to turn your back on all these nonsense. And just saying,
We don't need no education.
we need to protect it for the children. The only time in my life I've ever heard anyone go tee-hee. Brilliant.
Bastards!
Magnificent bastards, I think you meant.
Shit. Yeah, basically. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, wow, this is a great short, I'll tell you.
How did we get from kids giving kids AIDS to this?
This is what led to the poll tax riots.
Yes.
They came out in the street in the hundreds of thousands. They weren't going
Men,
to
women,
let go.
and children,
They
all
weren't.
united by their lack of roofing.
They weren't going to let go.
That's a decent shot. I'm surprised they didn't put it through the back end. Users equals
Users and
losers.
losers. Yeah.
Whoa!
The
Now
last,
there's
is
a
that someone's
slogan.
last name? Is his name like Barney User Loser?
Barney Loser. A Sid Davis
And
production.
that's
His
it.
name is User
Oh
Loser.
shit! It's starting again.
It's starting again,
no.
but we don't have to because we've done it.
We should just say everything we said in the first run through, just again,
verbatim.
verbatim, the same emotions and everything.
Well, this was an entertaining evening of diverse conversation, wasn't it?
Yes. I always think of do you remember in On the Hour they have the bit where it's like and what Thatcher's voice, I mean, always reminds me of that joke in On the Hour when it's like, and later in the show, why Margaret Thatcher is to replace Sylvester McCoy as the new Doctor Who. And then it cuts to a line from her going, there comes a time when someone else has to take charge, and I think now is the time for that.
Yeah, I need to rewatch those at some point. It's been way too long.
Well, re-listen.
Re-listen.
Yeah.